And we are live once again, back on the airwaves for yet another week. How's everybody feeling? Big up to Fox Williams in the house. He says, we there, wait pon the eye. Manners, my brother. Morning, man. Morning. How's everybody feeling today? I'm good, man. Great to be back again. Do yet another show. What week are we in? 33? Oh, man. Losing track, man. It's almost over. It's almost the end of the season. So, guys, let me know if you're hearing me properly. Let me know if you're hearing me. You know what I mean? Testing, one to testing. You know, I did test the thing before, but still, you never know. You know what I mean? Let me know if you're hearing things on, your end. And let's get into today's episode where we're going to talk about the Carabao Cup Final between Spurs and Man City. Okay, Michael says it's good. And thank you very much, Michael. And we're going to talk a little bit about the European Super League and what's been going on with that. Just briefly. We're not going to, spend a whole lot of time on that. Just briefly. And then we're going to talk about the 8 Premier League matches we have this weekend. Talk about top 4 relegation, promotion, and all that good stuff. So hello to everybody in here right about now. Appreciate you guys coming through. So what we're going to do, we're going to talk a bit about the European Super League a bit and see what's been going on, what's the developments been in terms of the proposed European Super League, and you guys could let me know your thoughts and all that good stuff. So let's go. So, just Google search European Super League, and this is what we got here. This is what we got in terms of the European Super League. This is the latest. This is what's going on right now. And let me see if I could make this a lot bigger. This is big enough, but still. All right, I think this is big enough. So the New York Times, it says top of the the list here, how Europe's soccer Super League fell apart. So, you just click on this a bit, and you could see fans protesting. You see fans, Chelsea fans, everybody, 12 greedy pigs, super greed. Fans, not customers. I think the league is seeing a lot of the fans by as customers. A lot of these teams. So that's what's going on there. We're not gonna get into the reading and all of that. We already know what's going on in terms of the Super League. Big up. Yeah, I do need that water. You see that? You see that? Oh my God. Big up to Thriller who says Dark Sun. Yeah, man. Yeah, big up to Thriller. Guatem Dev. Yeah, I do need that water, man. I do need that water. Thank you very much, Legend Sweet, man. Thank you very much. Legend Sweet just collected his paycheck today and said, Dom, here's a 20, bro. Here's for the case of water because your throat is really dry, as proven already. Thank you. Throat is really dry. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. That's to buy water and food to feed a YouTuber, you know what I mean? So we got Sebastian saying, I feel like Spurs City will go to pens. Taha, Bezri, how are you? Paloma says soccer. Yeah, man, soccer, you know what I mean? It's American, you know what I'm saying? It's American. So it is what it is. So that's what's going on there in terms of the New York Times. It's made the New York Times. We go back here, you see AS. AS says, European Super League live updates. UEFA sanctions, Real Madrid, Juventus, Florentino Perez, reactions. So the headline is UEFA decide no immediate sanctions for the 12 breakaway clubs. European Super League clubs may have to pay a 300 million fine if they break contract. Ooh, so we're going to click on this really quick. Remember, we're just going through, you know what I mean? We're just going through. So these have been the updates so far, guys. This is a pretty good thing from the from AS here for us to take a look at and just get in tuned with what's happening in terms of the European Super League and its developments. And after we touch on this, we're gonna touch on the Carabao Cup and talk about the league games. So European Super League headlines: UEFA decide no immediate sanctions for 12 breakaway clubs. As I said, European Super League clubs may have to pay a 300 million fine if they break contract. JP Morgan issued statement and they said, we clearly misjudged how this deal would be viewed. Full story. And going back to what I said, you know what I mean? The businessmen thinking about business, but the fans, they don't care about business because they're not really benefiting from your business too much. You see what I'm saying? What we as fans get is entertainment. We get to follow something that has been around, tradition for over 100 years. And for them to come in and want to change it like that, the fans are like, hell no. You see what I'm saying? We are not saying that change isn't welcomed, but not radical change, not change that's closed off to a team like, let's say, from the second tier coming up to the Premier League and doing well and qualifying for the Champions League, you know. But it's the exclusivity of the league that a lot of people don't like. You see what I'm saying? And as Triller is saying here, capitalists will always try to capitalize on every opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the thing is, the Super League is a very attractive thing. No doubt about it. The Champions League is already there. That's very attractive as well. We do get to see the top clubs play each other every single other week, you know, when the Champions League is going on. And the Super League is very, very attractive. But the thing is, when you say 15 clubs are going to be in it and they can't get relegated, that's a problem. That's a problem. We're not saying there can't be a Super League because, as I'm saying, there has been a Super League. The Champions League is a Super League. And then the proposed Champions League, the new format, is a Super League. It's like a baby Super League. The only thing is you can get in. You can get in if you play well enough. You can get in. But don't close off the thing. You don't want to see a team like, you know, let's say in a situation like New York Knicks, mediocre for years, and they're still in the NBA. They still have, you know, gaining revenue. They still, you know, talked about. No. If you're mediocre, you should be down. Like Sunderland, you know what I'm saying? And teams like Bolton and all these teams who used to be on top of the freaking world. And now they in the fourth tier and the third tier playing football. You see what I mean? Meritocracy. And as I said, I'm not saying I'm not open to a potential Super League where the format is improved. But come on, you can't have teams like Arsenal and Spurs can't get relegated from a damn league. You know, AC Milan, who has been mediocre for a long time. You see what I mean? You're going to call them out. We're going to call them out. So that's where the problem comes in with the Super League, when they think they could just go and decide this without consulting the fans. That's the problem. You want to do things behind my back? We're going to have a problem. You see? And that's how the Super League was actually viewed. So Paloma is saying UEFA are still not the heroes, though. They are not. They are not. And we're going to see some of this. We're going to see some of this very soon. Thriller, what are your thoughts on Gundogan's recent statement that the new UEFA Champions League format is just the lesser of two evils? I saw that today. Today, I saw that. And he is absolutely right. The Super League is evil and the new Champions League format is evil. We spoke about it the other day when I did my 4-hour live stream. We spoke about this. And we went into depth. When you're going to have 2 extra slots for a team who has historically performed well in Europe that have not qualified for the Champions League nor the qualifiers, then we have a problem. You see what I'm saying? Then you're going to tell me that Arsenal, no, maybe not Arsenal, I don't even know who's going to get in. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand the damn thing about how you get in from coefficient rankings. I don't get it. So that's a problem. That is a problem, man. That is a problem. So Sebastian is saying, not to offend Arsenal and Spurs fans, but these 2 teams should not be in the Super League. If it happens, both would get smashed hard like 6-0. You're right. Taha Bezri is saying, man, I'm glad the Super League isn't happening. It would be fun for like 3 years. Boring ASF after that. You got a great point. You got a very, very, very good point. And the thing about the UEFA Champions League is that it does need to be tweaked. And as I said, it is a Super League. It is a Super League. It should be renamed because it's not a Champions League. The league is not filled up with champions. Some of these teams have never won their domestic leagues. Never. And they're in the Champions League. You see what I mean? Like, come on. The last time I checked, Atalanta haven't won Serie A. The last time I checked. You know, and I'm not going to go into history and all of that, but some of these Bundesliga teams have never won the Bundesliga. You know what I mean? It's not a League of the Champions. It should be renamed. You see what I'm saying? It should be renamed. It is a Super League. I don't know what they're going to call it, but it is not the Champions League. And then the new format is even more ridiculous. You see what I mean? It is ridiculous. So, look. We're going to get back into this. Taha is also saying FIFA and UEFA are not saints, bro. All they want is money. I've been saying this. I've been saying this all along. So Martin is saying, hi, Dom Stars. Hello, Martin. How are you, man? How are you? We have Demo Dre in the house. He says, can you imagine Rob Holding collecting so much money in the Super League while Fofana gets nothing for being great with Leicester? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe Leicester is a team that should have been in there. And then you would have been like, okay, now we understand. Because Leicester has been super. You know, we're going to get to them. I have to touch on the games that I didn't touch on. The games, the Southampton, Tottenham, the Leicester, West Brom, and the Man City, Aston Villa matches. So we're not going to be too long-winded with the Super League, but I want to touch through a couple more headlines. And then we're going to get into the few matches that we got to talk about. We got to talk about the Carabao Cup and, you know, all that good stuff. Guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you smash the thumbs up button. Would definitely appreciate that. So Thriller is also saying, we only got included because of our billionaire American owner who's friends with other billionaire American owners. You got that right. You got that right, man. You got that right. So big up everyone in here. Let us continue looking at this. So this is a very good article here from AS. We probably don't even need to talk about much, you know, touch on other headlines like in depth because this is good. So Man City's Gundogan concerned over new UCL format. This is what we were just talking about. Atletico boss Diego Simeone applauds Super League backtrack. So he doesn't approve of that. Man United's Ed Woodward said to have resigned as he disagreed with owner's decision to join Super League. Whoa! See? It's very, very important to read. Very important to read. And hi, Brawl Barry. How are you, Barry? How are you doing, man? Thanks for coming through. It is very important to read because at first, people were looking at Ed Woodward. Oh, A-Bob is saying that's a lie. Maybe Ed Woodward is just looking to save his skin, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe Ed Woodward is just looking to save his skin, man. So, yeah. So yeah. Martin is saying Thriller removed the Dogecoin. No, he didn't. It's still there. What are you talking about? So A-Bob is saying Woodward is an old snake. Yeah, he could be up to some kind of snake stuff, man. He definitely could be trying to look good. So European Super League chairman Florentino Perez says all 12 clubs are still involved, or at least they haven't legally broken the contract they signed, and that the Super League or some other model is necessary to save football, which is dying. Only Real Madrid and FC Barcelona officially remain in the breakaway proposal as Juve, Milan, Atleti, and Inter withdraw after all 6 English clubs said that they were leaving yesterday. So what are your thoughts, guys? What are your thoughts on this statement right here? Let me make this thing big. You see this statement right here? You see this statement? Could we make this a little bigger right there? Could we make this bigger? You see this statement right here? Yeah, this is how big it should have been in the first place. This statement right here that Perez says, European Super League chairman Florentino Perez says all 12 clubs are still involved, blah, 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 blah. But the main thing that he said here is that the Super League or some other model is necessary to save football, which is dying. Guys, do you believe this? Do you believe this? Oh, A-Bob is saying he means Spanish football is dying. So he has an ulterior motive. That's what you're saying. An ulterior motive to save Spanish football. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Taha Bezri, man, I hope they can break free from those contracts. We have Martin saying glasses needed. Yeah, I brought it up big. This is pretty, readable. It's right there in front of your face. I like this format. It looks like I'm nice and small over there, and the words are bigger than me, and I'm reading the words. I like when I do this. So Abob is saying Real and Barca are in so much debt because they always going on spending sprees. Yeah, man. Coutinho, Usman Dembele, you know what I mean? You name it, you name it, you name it. Leon 5, how are you? How are you doing? And that's the beauty about only having a handful of people in here. When you guys come in here, I could greet you, I could talk to you, and everybody's comments could get read. So it's a good thing, and it has its pros and cons, but it is what it is. The show will go on. So Palomo is saying Woodward is a fraud. Woodward is a fraud. There's a lot of truth to that, but we would have to go into some more investigation there to prove that and get the receipts. You see what I mean? So Klopp calls on Liverpool owners to leave club. Whoa, that is true. Klopp on calls for Liverpool owners to leave club. I prefer to deal with problems with people I know. Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp says Fenway Sports Group got it wrong over their decision to join the European Super League project, but has rejected calls for the club's owners to end their association with the Premier League champions. I have known the owners for 6 years, Klopp told reporters ahead of Liverpool's league game against Newcastle United on Saturday, per the Athletic's James Pearce. I know there were some moments when they might have made the right decision. This time for sure. Well, yeah, I know there was some moments when they might not have made the right decision this time for sure, but it doesn't change things for me. I prefer to deal with problems with people I know. Klopp added that he hasn't spoken to FSG founder John W. Henry, Liverpool's principal owner, since the debacle of the European Super League announcement. I don't think it's necessary, he says. I was mentioned in the apology, and so was the team. That was personal enough for me. So, that's UEFA revenue distribution. That's another thing. That's another thing that has been a problem. Maybe, guys, that's causing all this call for European Super League, the UEFA revenue distribution. On the back of this week's discussions over the financial split across European competitions, the International Center for Sports Studies have provided this neat graphic showing the breakdown. So it says, we definitely need to keep asking the question over how these huge amounts of money can be better managed and distributed for a healthier and more beautiful game. So it says, much has been discussed in the recent days about the distribution system for the revenue generated by UEFA club competitions. This is the detailed breakdown based on official estimates made before the start of the 2019-20 season. So this is what's going on here, guys. This is a breakdown here, and the monies that get distributed. So Europa League clubs, 510 million percentage. I don't even understand this thing. So total estimated revenues, 3.25 billion euros, right? 3.25 billion euros. All right. So I think this is how it is split. I think this is how it is actually split. So 9% goes for the competition, organizational, administrative costs, 295 million. Then we have 5.5% gets put for reserved for European football, meaning with UEFA. Solidarity payments, 227.5 million, 7%. I don't know what solidarity payments really stand for. 62.8 UEFA Champions League and Super Cup clubs. Okay? And then we have Europa League clubs. So, and this is this is 2 billion. I don't even know how what they put here, to be honest. I don't even know what they put here. This graph is a weird graph. But anyways, let's just say it is so confusing that we could all assume and we could come to the conclusion that the distribution for the money is all over the place. That's because I can't understand it. A simple person cannot understand it. That graph, can't understand it. Really, really can't. Really can't. So, Thriller from Manila is saying, Phil Jones, I think you're one of the most underrated defenders in the Premier League. Antoine Eugene, what's up, bro? How are you? Oh, we got Phil Jones here. What thoughts on British Super League with Rangers and Celtic joining? I don't know about that, man. I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe they can join the Premier League or the English system and work their way up. You know, they could evaluate where they fit in. Maybe put them in the championship and maybe take two teams that would want to go and play in Scotland. Let them go and play in Scotland. Two teams, replace them. Whoever want to go to Scotland. You see what I'm saying? If you think you'll get better opportunity. I don't know. I really don't know. Or with the absence of Celtic and Rangers, it may, bring the emergence of two other big clubs in Scotland. So thank you very much. We have Steve Makala, 199 super chat. He says, "What's up, Dom? What's up? How are you doing? Feeling good? Woke up early. Just trying to shake off this sleepiness, man. I don't know what it is. I woke up and I had sleep in my face and everything. We got this little son upstairs. He doesn't, he's all over the place. My wife needs to sleep and all of that. So that's what's going on right about now. So, Coach's Desk, bless up to you, bro. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate it. So, Sola is asking, is there going to be prediction for UEFA Champions League semis? Yes, there will be. There definitely will be stuff for that. So, look, let me share something with you guys before we get in. That's it for the Super League discussion, by the way. We're not gonna make this whole thing about the Super League. We spent 22 minutes talking about that, and we have to move on. But we get a gist of what's going on right now. The Champions League will continue. The Europa League will continue as they are. The Premier League clubs are back in the Premier League. Only Barcelona and Real Madrid are still officially a part of the Super League, as we know. But as Perez said, the Super League is not done. Something could come through. The Champions League need to be revamped, and this new format that they propose, they're saying it's no good. They're basically saying it's no good. You see what I mean? So I'm going to share something with you guys who are asking questions right now. Look at this right now, right? You search Dominic Rich FC on YouTube, right? And this is what you get. This is what you get. We see the live stream that's going on right now. Nice thumbnail, took my time and made that. And then we have PSG versus Man City semi-final reaction scheduled for next Wednesday. All right? And then we have the Carabao Cup Final reaction scheduled for this Sunday, where after I get home from work, I'll be talking to you guys about this game. It might take me an hour, it might take me less. And then there's the Champions League semifinals right here. You see? Real Madrid versus Chelsea, PSG versus Man City, 2020-21 UEFA Champions League semis preview and prediction scheduled for the same day at 5:30 p.m. So I have two live streams planned for Sunday. Both of them won't be super long live streams. You see what I'm saying? That's why I could do that on Sunday. And then we have live streams coming up, and we have a watch along coming up as well. Look, there's a watch along coming up right here on Tuesday, and there's a roundup. There's a roundup on Monday. So I'll be streaming Friday, Sunday twice, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and maybe I'll take off Thursday as I usually do, and then Friday I'll be back again. So, a lot of stuff to do. Guys, make sure you go check out all the fresh content on the channel as well. All right? So that's that. That's a quick update of what's going on with the channel. I put in a lot of work yesterday, made a lot of thumbnails, and, I just scheduled everything, and everything will get done. Everything will get done. That's why I scheduled it. I put myself under that pressure. So, Icosium Antique, what's the expected lineup for Sunday in your opinion? We're gonna get to that right now. We're gonna get to that game right now. So very soon, not right now. But Martin, did you see City sign Brazilian wonder kid Keke? Yeah, I actually downloaded a video of him to react to. I might actually do it today if I have the time. I have to react to him and put it out on my reaction channel. That's called Domination. So, yeah. So, guys, make sure you put on your reminders. Put on the notification bell so whenever I go live, you will know. And we could sit down and we could have a 1v1 discussion where there's no pressure whatsoever. And we could talk to each other like regular human beings. You know what I'm saying? I'm a regular man just like you. Or, you know, you might be a woman, but, you know, I'm you know, we could talk. Let's talk. You see what I mean? Let's talk. I read comments on here. You see what I'm saying? So what we're going to do right now, guys, we are going to talk about the games that we did not get a chance to talk about, where we have to touch on the Man City, you know, Villa match and all of that. And let's just get into that. Let's just get into that. So Chelsea, Brighton, I talked about. So City, Villa, Leicester, West Brom, and there's a game between Southampton and Southampton and Tottenham. Let's touch on that really quick. I gotta find that game. Southampton. Let me get that game, and then we'll talk about that a little. Talk about those teams a bit, and you know, let me see. Southampton, Tottenham. Trying to find that game. That game is pretty elusive right about now. I should be able to find it, but you know, I just wanted to find the details. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I found it. So Tottenham 2, Southampton 1, and Tottenham are now under their new manager, interim manager, the 29-year-old former Tottenham Hotspur youth player, you know, academy graduate Ryan Mason. And imagine you being older than your manager. You know, we've already seen situations like that with Mr. Musayev over at that Russian club. What's that Russian? What's that Russian club that was in the Champions League this season, man? I can't even remember their name. But we have also Julian Nagelsmann, who's about 33, 34. I'm older than Julian Nagelsmann, which is crazy. So, look, Tottenham Hotspur sacked Mourinho. Ryan Mason was already at the club. He retired early after a head fracture while playing for Hull City. And he took up management, which is very smart, okay? Are they gonna... Why am my phone ringing? All these spam calls, man. We're living in the age of just these spam calls, man. Spam calls. I don't know who's calling. You know, it's just a million freaking calls a day from absolutely nobody. You see what I mean? People who I don't want to talk about. You see? Come on, man. Stop freaking calling up my blood cleat phone, man. Seriously. Oh, yeah. Locomotive Moscow. Thank you very much, Martin. Thank you very much. Locomotive Moscow. Thank you. Yeah, these robo spammers from freaking India or Pakistan, Bangladesh, wherever they call it from. You know, and no disrespect to the people from India, Pakistan, or Bangladesh, but it's facts. And Bob, yeah, it's facts, man. I don't know what's going on with these calls, but it's very, very disruptive. It's very, very annoying, man. And it's the same number. It's probably some, you know, somebody calling me, some freaking company. So, look, going back to the Tottenham game, they needed this, but it didn't start off well for them in this game at all, because Southampton scored early in the 30th minute through Danny Ings. That was his 10th goal of the season. I started watching this game late. I don't even think I saw the Danny Ings goal, but I did see the Gareth Bale goal in the second half. That was a really good goal, and Gareth Bale showing us what he's capable of doing. Are Spurs going to keep him or sign him permanently? I doubt. I don't even know. To be honest, I don't even know what's going to happen to Gareth Bale. Guys, what do you think would happen to Gareth Bale? Because he still has some quality, but it's the consistency. And it took a 90th minute goal, which was a penalty. Sergio Reguilon fouled a penalty for Tottenham to win this game. Southampton hearts broken. Danny Ings did go off with a slight knock. I saw him putting ice on his knee. And we got to see players like Harry Winks, who we haven't seen in a very, very long time in this game. And Eric Dyer played. And I was like, Spurs ain't getting nothing from this game because Dyer is in the damn team. But they somehow managed to freaking win the game. I don't think they deserve to win the game, if I'm being for real. I think Southampton went out there and played some good football. They had chances that they, should have dispatched and didn't. And they got themselves to blame. They really got themselves to blame. So with that victory, Spurs, they stay in touching distance of the top four. They're 53 points. They are after 33 games, 5 matches to go. And guys, also let me know if you think Spurs can get top 4. They're 2 points behind West Ham. West Ham do have a game in hand. All the teams above them, with the exception of Man City, does have a game in hand though. So, it is quite possible. Because if Chelsea and West Ham slip up, these two teams are playing pretty soon as well. So if they slip up, then, Spurs could creep in. There's also Liverpool, who has 53 points as well. Everton with 49. The top 4 race is very, very hot. We're going to discuss that today as well. So what are your thoughts here, guys? What are your thoughts? Let me know your thoughts. I'm going to read the comments just now after I touch on Southampton, who are 14th after 32 games. They have 36 points. They have 4 losses in their last 5 games. 4 losses in 5 matches. So they still are not safe. They got 36 points. They need about 3 or 2 more to survive, to really, really survive. So they need to get their act together, man. The second half of the season has been diabolical, man. And I'm not even talking about Eric Dyer here, but they've been Eric diabolical. Seriously. And it is not going to get easier for them whatsoever, because for them, their next game is against Leicester City. And they just played Leicester in the FA Cup semis. They lost. Then they have Liverpool, Fulham, who are fighting, Leeds United on easy, and West Ham. Southampton could go on to lose all remaining 5 matches. And we can't put that past them because they have gone through some slumps this season already. They definitely are in danger of still going down. And now I could understand why my boy Finn, Finn Kraus, who I've been collaborating with on some jersey reactions and, over, under and everything. Finn put out a video on Southampton could get relegated, and maybe you were onto something, my boy Finn. You see what I'm saying? Maybe you were onto something, my South African friend. So thank you very much here for Legend Suite asking thoughts on swapping Gabriel Jesus for Dybala. I think City should try it. Nah. Gabriel Jesus is a hard worker, and I'm going to say no to that right away. Dybala has not lived up to expectations as well. They have not lived up to, he has not lived up to expectations. If you check Gabriel Jesus' numbers, he got good numbers. His numbers are up there with Firmino numbers. You see what and he's played less games than Firmino. Think about it. So he's okay, in my opinion. He's okay, man. He's okay. And just before we move on from this one, guys, for Tottenham Hotspur, we're talking about their top 4 chances. They have Ryan Mason. It's a new manager. We know what happens when a new manager come in. Most of the times, not all the time, but most of the times they go through a purple patch where they win 4 or 5 games, out of 6 and things like that. So City got to be careful this weekend because Spurs play City in, the Carabao Cup Final. Ryan Mason never won a goddamn thing with Spurs. I don't even think he was. He could not have been around when they last won the trophy in 2008. What did they win? The League Cup? So back in 2008, he was, let's take 13 years. Yeah, he was 16. He didn't play. So he would want to win this trophy as well. You know what I'm saying? He would want to win. And City, are we going to get to this game? We're going to get to this game. Because listen, man, freaking Pep Guardiola, do not play with me. Do not play around with me. I'm a City fan, by the way, if you don't know. You should know this. But Tottenham play Sheffield United after that, Leeds United, Wolves, Aston Villa, and Leicester. They have a really nice run-in for the last set of games. So top 4 is theirs for the taking if they want it. You know what I'm saying? If they want it. That's only if they want it. So what we're going to do, we're going to move right on from that one. But before we do, let me see your thoughts. Let me see what you guys have been saying right now. So thanks for all the comments. Appreciate it. I'll get to everything just now. So okay. So Sebastian is saying a lot of streams. Yeah, man. Don't you guys like streams? I like streams. You know what I mean? I like streams. So Sola is saying Dom needs more attention. He puts a lot of work into this. It's all good, bro. It's all good. Trust me when I tell you, it's all good. You see what I mean? It's not a mega thing. It's all good. I'll have my shine. Believe me when I tell you this, I'll have my shine. The game is very saturated. So there's things that I'll be talking about this summer that a lot of these guys, they will be, talking about their clubs. They will be talking about other things. I'll be doing the Gold Cup. You know what I mean? I'll be the Gold Cup guy. I'll be the main Gold Cup guy. You see what I'm saying? When it comes to Gold Cup, yeah, I'll be number one. Let the United channels and the Liverpool channels and the City channels talk about their clubs. I'll talk about their clubs and still touch on the Gold Cup. You see what I'm saying? So there's going to be the Copa America, you know what I mean? When the AFCON comes around, the Euros comes around. We're going to be here. We're going to be here, you know what I mean? The international football knowledge is here as well. When the World Cup comes around, I'll be the guy who actually knows what he's talking about when it comes to the World Cup because I'm talking about qualifiers. So it's all good, Sola. It is all good, man. It is all good. Tahar saying, bro, that's a lot. Yeah, it is a lot. But if you check those channels like United Stand, Mark Goldbridge, AFTV, how many times do they live stream? A lot. So we got things to cover. That's the main thing. There's things to cover. We're going to cover them. Definitely we're going to cover them. Palomo looking fresh, my G. Thank you very much. So A-Bob is saying they finally won a game. That's referring to Spurs. And okay, so the formidable Centurions, the Champions League game 3 days after has messed up for the weekend against Spurs in terms of the first 11. I think Pep will tweak it and hoping for a positive start to the game. The Champions League game 3 days after. I don't know, bro. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know. We're going to get to that. But great point. Pep would have that Champions League game in mind. I don't think Kevin De Bruyne would feature. Maybe off the bench if he's fit enough. But let's see. We'll get to that game just now. We will. Thank you very much, Steve McCullough, 199. He says, Spartak Moscow has Dominic Tedesco, who's 35 years old. I remember him from a few seasons ago when he was in the Champions League, and I spoke about him. 35 years old, yes, I can remember him being very young. There's some young managers. Maybe I need to do a video on that. There's some young managers, man. Or maybe we need to do a live stream just going through managers and finding out how old they are and things like that. So let me see what else you guys are saying here. So Steve McCullough saying Tedesco got shot. I think that's when I spoke about him when he was the manager of when he was the manager of Schalke, when they were in the same group as Man City. Tedesco got Schalke into the Champions League, and ever since they sacked him, the club has gone downhill and they are now relegated. Ungratefulness as usual. Ungratefulness. So Sebastian actually answered my question. He said Gareth Bale should stay at Tottenham. A-Bob says depends on whether the next manager likes him. That's also true. And B2K says they had a disallowed goal too. Man, listen, I remember, was that Tottenham? I can't even remember the things, every detail that happened in the games. Just keeping it real. Can't remember every single detail that happened in these games though. But I did watch the game. Like 60 minutes of the game, and can't remember every single thing that happened in this game. And that's not important. It's not important to remember these little VAR things at all. Definitely not. Trust me. It ain't. It ain't. Unless it really was like ridiculous. And we got to talk about it. So Mark Nikolev is saying Gareth Bale going to loan at Salford City next season. Wow, that would be good for them. You know what I mean? Formidable saying Southampton were a better team. Yeah, I think they played a lot of good football in that match for sure. And we have Let's Matt's Debate says, Dominic, what are your thoughts about Daniel Alzani? Look, the first time I saw this kid was him at the World Cup 2018, and I was immediately impressed. And when Man City actually signed him, the City Group is a City Group signing, sent him out on loan. I think he picked up an injury and he's been out there, and I don't know if he's developed, like I thought he would have. So, yeah. So, Bala Kick 90 says, Spurs gonna turn it up now if they're really gonna Spurs gonna turn it up now if they're really gonna have a real shot at the title. Maybe you're talking about the Carabao Cup, right? Maybe the Carabao Cup you're talking about. So Elevator Kid is saying you have to feel for Schalke and Sheffield United. Schalke used to be in the Champions League and now they're down. Sheffield were 9th last year and now they're 20th. Definitely. So what else we got here? We have got a lot of comments. Got a lot of good comments here. So Ahmed23 saying Dominic is a football fan before being a club fan. Correct. Jordan, how are you, bro? How are you? Thanks for coming through and staying cool. So Air Slayer saying, imagine if Ryan Mason wins Spurs a trophy in his second game, right? And all these freaking guys tried before and couldn't freaking win it. That'll be crazy. So, Doug, how are you, Doug? How are you? So, Doug is saying, we are delighted to confirm we have reached an agreement with Fluminense regarding the future transfer of Keke. The teenager forward will remain with Fluminense until the end of the Brazilian season. Yeah, that's on Keke, right? This is from Manchester City's Twitter. Yeah, I've known about this. Thank you very much, Legend Sweetie says, I think on Sunday. What? Eric got... Bro, never again this kid should play. This kid should not play for the club again. I don't care. No more minutes. None. Maybe a little farewell thing. 2 minutes of the last game of the season, and that's it. Last time we see him. That's it. This kid should not play again. Should not take part. I don't care. Nah. Not Garcia. I think you did that on purpose because you know I was going to go in on Garcia. Diaz, Laporte, okay? Diaz, Laporte. Pep, stop playing around. Diaz, Laporte, we're going to play the full team. Rest up, Champions League. It's going to be hard because the team has to travel. But look, we got to play a strong team, man. These guys, they're going to have 2 days to rest. Go put out a performance and, go play the Champions League game. See what I mean? So what else? Formidables is saying, are you mad? So we have Steve McCullough says, who gonna win the Gold Cup, Dom? I got Mexico, sadly. Yeah, listen, man. CONCACAF is simply one-sided or two-sided. It's either Mexico or the USA. These are the teams not competing. They're not competing. Thank you very much, though, McCullough. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Julian is saying Schalke 09 is officially relegated. That's correct. That is correct. Schalke 09, Schalke 04. Yeah. So, yeah. Schalke 04. Yeah. So, thank you very much. And Legend Sweet says, Dominic, you missed a super chat. No, I don't miss super chat. It's just that I just give myself time to finish a point and then I go on to the super chat, So, I do appreciate that, Legend Sweet. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So, Doug says Eric Garcia has Barcelona on his mind, definitely. Zaha Ali, Nathan Ake should be given a chance. Nah. Next season. Nah. When we wrap up the league, yeah. Give these guys a chance. But right now, we need to wrap up this thing first. Let's win the Carabao Cup. God, please don't let Spurs win this trophy. I beg you. Let's win the Carabao Cup. And then what we're going to do, we're going to handle the Champions League, handle the league. Let's win a treble, for God's sake. So I'm going to move on. I have a lot of games to talk about. And we were a little long talking about this one for sure. We were definitely talking about that one for a while. You know what I mean? So the next game I got to touch on is Leicester 3, West Brom 0. Oh my God. West Brom did not show up. This was not the West Brom we saw for the last couple of games. This was not the same West Brom that just won their last 2 games. You see what I mean? West Brom beating Chelsea 5-2, beating Southampton 5-3, and I predicted West Brom to win this game. And what did West Brom do? West Brom didn't show up. Let me get my notebook. West Brom simply did not show up. And I know some Allardyce will be very disappointed here. They didn't show up. They had a few chances early on in the game, but totally blew those chances. And, Leicester City were all over these guys, man. All over them. It could have been worse. It really, really could have been worse if, Iheanacho didn't miss a couple on the day. So, just to touch on the goal scorers here, we had Jamie Vardy, set up by Timothy Castagna. That was a great breakaway. And Vardy with basically a tap-in, 23rd minute. Johnny Evans' header, a flick on from the near post. Nobody picking up Johnny Evans, and he thumped it in. I think that was his 300th Premier League game or something, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. But he really felt good about this goal. I think, let me check the Premier League website right now. He did say something about this goal. I'll let you guys know right now. Give me 1 second. Johnny Evans. Okay, Johnny Evans says, last minute winners meant most out of my 300 matches. So he has reached 300 Premier League matches. So I was right. And that header, he says, was, very, very sweet. Very, 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 very sweet. And as Abel is saying right here, West Brom missed their chance to survive. I think they had to win this game to give themselves a chance, and it may have been gone. You know what I'm saying? It may have been gone. So, look, Payne could be onto something, you know what I mean? Like, we could mess it up in the Carabao Cup. We're going to get to the Carabao Cup. We could get knocked out of the Champions League. We still haven't yet won the damn league. So, we need to make sure that these things happen. We need to make sure that these things do happen. Okay? So, and to prove people like Payne wrong. But you can't hate on him for saying that. That's just his opinion. You know what I mean? It's just his opinion. And, it is what it is. Everybody got their opinions. What are we going to do? So, Kelechi Iheanacho, who broke away early on in the match, 1v1, could have scored. And he had another 1 or 2 chances. One that he hit with his right foot, which is his swinger, of course. He put over. But he did bag himself his 9th goal of the season, set up by Jamie Vardy to make it 3-0. We thought that it was going to be a mauling. It was 3-0 at 36 minutes. But West Brom did come out in the second half, and they did consolidate, and they did, damage limitations, and ended up only being 3-0. The game was very boring in the second half. Very, very unwatchable in the second half. But it is what it is. Leicester, I think, managed the game very well, and they came away with the 3 points. So props to Brendan Rodgers and Leicester, who are bringing over that form that they displayed in the FA Cup to make their first final. First final since when? 1969. So congratulations to Leicester City. Also, one thing to notice in this game, there were three Turkish internationals involved in this match. Well, Under was on the bench, but Yokuzlu and Soyuncu featured in the game. You don't really see that often as well. So, congrats to Leicester. They put their stronghold on the top 4 spot, and they separated themselves from the rest as they go up to 59 points. They only have 32 matches played. They have 6 left, whereas Tottenham has a game more. And it seems like Leicester are not going to bottle the top 4 this season like they did last season. 6 games to go, though. They have to keep the pace going. They have to keep their foot on the gas, and they have to keep their feet on the necks of these teams. So I would love to see them in the Champions League next season. I ain't going to lie about that at all. They have Crystal Palace next, then Southampton again, Newcastle, United, Chelsea in the FA Cup again, and then they have Tottenham. Not a good run-in, to be honest, for the last set of games. And it could be disaster for them again, but let's see how they deal with it. You see what I'm saying? So this one could go any way. It could go any way. It's hard to predict. Premier League is very unpredictable. This is not the Bundesliga where you're going to predict Bayern Munich going to win the thing. You never know who's going to win the Premier League, you know. Even though I did predict Man City to win the Premier League, you never know still. So West Brom, you know, 2 wins on the trot, but they lost this one. They have 24 points. They have a game in hand. Fulham has 33 games with 27 points. If they win their game in hand, they could go up to 27 points, 5 matches left. It's not over. Guys, this is not over. Brighton and Burnley, even Newcastle, Southampton are not safe. It is not over until maybe 2 games left, and you can't really catch those teams above you. But Sheffield United have been officially relegated. And what we're going to do right now, guys, we're going to move on to the final catch-up game. And we're going to, you know, finish it off at the top of the hour. And then we're going to talk about the Carabao Cup and the Premier League fixtures that we have this week. I think we're going pretty well. I think we're going pretty well. So, in terms of comments here, let me see what you guys got here. Baller Kid is saying Jamaica and Suriname will might be the team to watch in the Gold Cup. They're in the same group. So, yeah, they're in the same group. So, you know. But, yeah, people are very hyped about Suriname. So, A-Bob is saying City already have the Premier League. Stop it. Yeah, you never know, man. You never know. 2 goated. Hopefully, we're not going to refer to 2014, guys, because I'm not going to remember that right now. So, we have Air Slayer saying Zach Steffen will play in goal for Man City in the final match. Listen, man. Listen, I will get to my thoughts on that just now. We'll get to my thoughts because I will get to that. I will definitely get to that. But if I have to, man, don't start me with Steffen right now, please. Please don't get me started. So, Twiller, something worse than the Super League would have to happen in order for City not to win the league. Ooh, good. So, Formidable's Dom, there is a slight chance Pep may go for that LC trophy because League Cup trophy because of his CV and bring the players off. He thinks we need a rest in the game before they lose. Yeah. But we should go for the trophy. You know what I'm saying? We should go for the trophy. Thanks again there, McCullough. He says, I think Turkey is slowly becoming an impressive football nation, and some of the recent national performances prove that. Dark horses for Euros. Yeah, Turkey have definitely shocked us all. They have shocked us all. And we're not going to go deep into that, but just look out for Turkey. That's all we're going to say. I remember watching them at the 2002 World Cup with Suker and Sash. Those are the 2 players that stand out. And Senel Gunish was the manager as well, who is now the manager right now, if I'm not mistaken. Come on, everything is lining up again. So Turkey could be at the World Cup in 2022. So that's it in terms of comments. Thank you very much for the super chats. Do appreciate that, man. You know what I mean? It makes me I don't have to go and put no ads in the videos, in the live streams. Like, you know, you guys support the chat. I'm like, okay, I don't even need to put no ads in the damn thing, which would make the viewing experience for the ones who are watching the replay very good. You know what I mean? If there's ads, there might just be 1 or 2, but I'm not packing the things with ads. And I never really do that anyways. You know, if I have a 10-minute video, I put 1 at the beginning, 1 in the middle, and 1 at the end. That's it. If it's 12, I might put 2 in the middle, but I'm not going crazy though. So if you're watching this and you make YouTube videos, and you have a 10-minute video, don't put 6 ads in the thing, man. Don't. Not necessary. So the last game we want to touch on, guys, is Man City versus Aston Villa. Well, Villa versus City ended 2-1 in favor of Man City. And this game did not start out well for me at all. It didn't, because I literally just dropped my wife to work. Like, hey, wife, bye, see you later. And drove off. And I'm like, I'm trying to pay attention to the road and pay attention to, I'm like, what? I'm like, no. This can't be real. This cannot be real. This can't be real. How? How? You see what I'm saying? How? Aston Villa score. Ball over the top. John Stones doesn't deal with it properly. And Ollie Watkins gets it, passes it to John McGinn, and he does the rest. Edison, no chance. And I'm like, first minute, what is going on here? After what happened against Leeds United, what is going on here now? You see what I'm saying? Against a lesser team. Against a team that we have been smashing to bits and pieces for the last 10 games. What is going on? Please explain to me. But I'm like, damn, hold your cool, man. Hold your cool, because when you look at the 11 and you see Foden and Mahrez and Gundogan, Silva, Rodri, Jesus, it gives you that assurance, because you don't have Ferran Torres on the field who does nothing. And I'm just going to say this right now. Pep, don't play around and play Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres should not start the Carabao Cup Final. He shouldn't. I've been very disappointed with Ferran Torres. I'm going to say that right now. Very, very disappointed with Ferran Torres. Don't get me wrong. He's only 20. He's done fairly okay in terms of goals, tap-ins, a few tap-ins. Nothing spectacular, really. Come on, let's keep it real. We're going to keep it real. But you can't be too hard on him still. It's his first season. But all I got to say, you better freaking come better next season. You're lazy. He needs to work a little harder. I need to see some more fight and some more energy. You see, you look at Phil Foden, and Foden is like all passionate. You could see it in his face. He's taking on players, you know what I mean? He's taking shots. This guy, Ferran Torres, does absolutely nothing. He does nothing. Sometimes you wonder if he's even playing. You know what I mean? And for Spain, he's always scoring. For some reason, I don't know. I don't understand. How does he do it? He's getting away with murder. Ferran Torres, that guy, that little kid right there. You know what I'm saying? He is. He definitely is. But to talk about Phil Foden, man, oh boy. That build-up for that goal that Foden scored, set up by Bernardo, and it was such a slick movement. This is why Man City are winning the title. Plays like this. This is how we get teams. The movement is way too fast. The play is too fast, too precise, too on point, cutting edge. Phil Foden, the best, gotta be the best young player in the world. Gotta be the best young player in the world. When I'm saying just young player, at his age, even up there with Erling Haaland and a little below Mbappe in my opinion. But Phil Foden has to be up there as one of the best young players in the world. Let me just make it not controversial and say one of the best young players in the world. Top 5 best young player in the world, for sure. Who's going to debate that? And if you guys have any comments to leave about whatever I'm saying, leave it in the chat. I'll get to the comments just now. 22nd minute goal by Phil Foden. Yeah, baby, we're back in the game. We're back in the game. You see what I mean? We were dominating the game. We were creating most of the chances. And we deservedly went ahead through Rodri after a brilliant ball in by Bernardo Silva. And for the life of me, I don't understand this guy, Pep Guardiola. It's like, it makes me believe that Pep literally blew the FA Cup semis. He blew it. I don't know if he did it on purpose or he was just naive, but you made 8 changes, and then you had Bernardo on the bench, you had Mahrez on the bench, we will allow 5 subs, and you refused to bring any one of those players on who could have changed the game in 7 minutes, and you refused to bring them on. So it makes me think that maybe Pep did not want to go on in the freaking FA Cup. Maybe he's like, you know what, man, Chelsea, you could have that, you know, we're not going to put pressure on ourselves here. Whatever FA Cup, you know, I need to rest these players, and I think that's what he did. I really think that's what he did, because you're not gonna make 8 changes against Chelsea. You see what I mean? You're not gonna play Ferran Torres and Mendy and these guys against Chelsea. Like, come on, hell no. You're not gonna do that. So, Rodri, that was a great goal, and this is what I want to see from Rodri. That fight. You see that fight I was talking about that Ferran Torres lacks? And Rodri didn't really have it last season like that. This is what I want to see. Rodri was damn good in this game. Rodri was very good. It reminded me of how Fernandinho plays the way Rodri played. And bam, he fought well, won the header in the back of the net. We win the game, we hold on. And this didn't come without drama. Because after we went ahead, I'll get to the Super Chat Legend Suite. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll get to it. I'll get to it very, very soon. Just give me 1 second. Do appreciate that. Much love and respect to you. Look, John Stones, the aforementioned John Stones, and I was talking about this in my gaming live stream where you guys should subscribe to the gaming channel. Julian, drop a link in the chat. Subscribe to the gaming channel. We discuss a lot of things over there. We discuss things about life and whatever. You know, we talk a lot about things over there. You know, join the conversation while I play FIFA. John Stones picked up a red card for dangerous play on Mr. Ramsey, the young Jacob Ramsey, I think his name is. Is Jacob Ramsey his name is? Let me see. Yeah, Jacob Ramsey, who got to the ball first, and I think it was the right decision. VAR, this is where VAR is used properly. His foot was high. He came to the freaking tackle late. He was late to the tackle, and it was a rash tackle, and he could have injured the young man. Red card. You know what that does? You know what that does? It ensures that for the next freaking 3 games that he does not play. He will play in the Champions League, which is a blessing in disguise. It's a blessing in disguise. He will be rested. He will play in the Champions League. And God, I hope he does not make mistakes. I hope he takes this as a lesson learned. But we went down to 10 men after getting the 2-1 lead. And I was like, oh man, please. This is crazy. But John Stones won't be playing the Carabao Cup Final. Great. See what I'm saying? Great. Let Spurs play Eric Dyer. John Stones have been diabolical since the international break in March there. The last freaking month, the last week or 2 in March, plus the last 3 weeks, let's say the last month, John Stones have been Eric diabolical. Simple. Eric Dyer-esque. That's how bad he has been. And I'm happy that he get off the field. You're a disaster waiting to happen. Every goal that we've been conceding, you're involved. You're doing something stupid. You're involved. Anyways, I'm being too hard on him. But he has definitely improved this season. Maybe because it's of Ruben Diaz. But he has improved. And Diaz has been playing great. Villa got a man sent off. Matty Cash, I don't know what he's thinking, but Phil Foden, man. Phil Foden had this guy in his pocket all game. Phil Foden had him in his pocket. Mahrez had freaking Target in his pocket. It was like, you know, these guys just bossed these Aston Villa fullbacks. And Matty Cash was forced into fouling Foden. Pretty dumb tackles, if you ask me. 54th minute and 57th minute. Successive yellow cards off both teams level 10 men. You see what I'm saying? Both teams with the same amount of men, 10 men. So let me get to these super chats. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, man. Legend Suite. Appreciate it. Legend Suite says, it goes to Mbappe, Haaland, and Foden, the best youngsters, and Foden best under 21. Yeah, pretty much. We have Sebastian saying Isaac and Kulusevski top 5. I don't care. I don't know about that because they're from Sweden. I don't know about that, Sebastian. You sound a little biased to me there. But Bukayo Saka does deserve a shout. I saw that somebody said Saka. Josh Byrne in the house. How are you, Josh Byrne? Thank you for, being a member of the channel. Guys, consider becoming a member as well of the channel. Appreciate that. And for me, they were saying Foden is the future of England future. Foden is so damn good. Phil Foden is so damn good, right? Let's say if he wasn't playing at Man City, and let's say he was at Everton, big clubs, not Everton, I'm not saying Everton, but super clubs would have been coming in for him. Real, Barcelona, Juventus. But Phil Foden could go down as a Man City legend. He could be a one club man, and he could stick around, and he could go on to be a great. Because what I'm seeing here, man, this guy is so damn good, man. I remember that goal he scored against Liverpool. Oh my God, that shit blew my mind. You know what I'm saying? That shit, listen, it's like my mind literally went like this. Seriously. How the kid is amazing. He's half kid, half amazing. Half kid, half amazing. So big up to Phil Foden, man. You know, lovely player to watch. Easy on the eyes, and he's always fighting. He can't do a thing wrong. He can't. You see what I mean? So appreciate the super chat there, and appreciate the comments. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Formidable saying Rodrigo's missing at times in certain games. The jury is still out there. You're right. But he's I think he's actually coming into his own. He actually is. Baller Kick 90 says, Dominic, stop worrying, man. City gonna get a hardware this season, but EPL title is the focus, and UCL. We need to win the Champions League. That's what we need to win. Okay, guys. Julian just dropped the link there. Subscribe to the gaming channel. Almost at 500 subscribers, and do appreciate everyone who has hit the subscribe button for that. Do appreciate that. So look, we got more to go. We got a lot more to talk about. So Payne is saying top 5 young ballers at the moment: Foden, Greenwood, Camavinga, Keke, Jude. I haven't seen Keke, but Jude Bellingham and Camavinga is up there. Greenwood is up there. Saka is up there. You know what I mean? Guys like Tonali is up there. Ansu Fati, who's injured. There's a lot of good ones out there, man. Really, really good ones. Musiala is definitely up there. So the Formidable says Stones has put so much pressure on team selection now, definitely. And as you know, Musiala has to be part of that conversation. He's also been a good one. There's a lot of good ones out there. A lot of good young players. So Formidable. Since that era for England against Poland, he has gone to his old self. Basically, disbelief and, calamity. Oh, Legend Sweet again. Thank you very much. He says, it's a shame that we have played Laporte against PSG. I would rather see Stones and Laporte make too many mistakes in the Champions League. Look, Laporte against PSG, he's French and he's going to relish the competition. Laporte and Diaz will be fine. I'm confident. We forget. Let's not forget. A year or two ago, that we could not have said anything bad about Aymeric Laporte. He got that injury, and I still think he's a quality defender. But something about him is not the same since the injury. And Liverpool and the Netherlands international team better hope that that does not happen to Van Dijk. You better hope so. Else it's over. Else it's over before the league even starts. So, look. Oh, my God. Look. Oh, you say no, Dominic Laporte makes in the champions. Stones and Diaz should have played. Look, man. Look. Big up to AD in the house as well. It's always a debate. It's going to be a debate. When you have 3 quality center backs, you got to wonder who to play. Stones was good, but he has not been good lately. Laporte and Diaz are the man. There's also Ake, who's going to put a lot of pressure on them next season. And I do like Ake, but he just haven't been fit. And he has to get up to speed with things again. Simple as that. So Thriller is saying, Formidables, it's a shame England have Southgate with these upcoming youngsters. England needs Pep. Well, let's see what Southgate does in the Euros, and then maybe they'll assess his future from there. The Orange can't rush Van Dijk back. His future is on the line, definitely. So, guys, what we're going to do is saying, Taha is saying, you're teasing me with that water. LOL, I'm fasting. What we're going to do is, Legend Sweet, one more comment here. Laporte makes mistakes in the Champions League, but other competitions, he's class. We're going to see. We are going to see this week, okay? PSG game is a big test, and we'll see if he passed the test. So let's talk a bit about the Carabao Cup Final. We might be here for a while. 10:40. We might be here for another 2 hours or so. I don't even know. So let's talk about the Carabao Cup Final, guys. So let me get the Carabao Cup Final here. Let me bring that up. Let me get the Carabao Cup Final. Carabao Cup. I'll give you guys some insight on that if you have insights. And we're gonna... Yeah, there's nothing on that yet. There ain't no insights on that yet, you know what I'm saying? There ain't no insights on that. But look, let me share this with you. News on the Carabao Cup right now. Just touch on a bit of headlines right now, and then we're gonna go into just, you know, look at the stats. I do have the stats here. Let me see. Carabao Cup. Do have some stats here. City, Spurs, and the Carabao Cup and all of that. Last couple meetings. Yeah, we should have that stuff. Yeah, we do have that stuff. So, okay. Take a look at this right now. The Carabao Cup headlines. So, Man City received major Sergio Aguero fitness boost ahead of Tottenham Cup Final. Sports Illustrated 1 day ago. But the question is, should Aguero start? You see what I'm saying? Because we've been playing a really good football without Aguero, to be completely honest. On the bench, come off the bench and, you know, standing ovation. We should have fans at the stadium, right? I also forgot to mention that there was fans at the stadium when Leicester played Southampton. 8,000 fans. It was like I didn't even realize it because there was actually, while watching the games, there's always like stadium noise, fake stadium noise. So I was like, okay, this seems normal. And they didn't really show in the crowd a lot the last time I checked the damn freaking game. So if Sergio Aguero leaves Manchester City, surely Harry Kane has to stay at Tottenham, says Hotspur HQ. Harry Kane returns. The Tottenham team Ryan Mason should pick versus Man City in the Carabao Cup 8 hours ago. Then we have 25 minutes ago. Sportslens.com says Ryan Mason provides worrying update on Kane's fitness ahead of City. Let's take a look at this. So, you know, Kane went off injured. He went off injured in the Everton game. And Ryan Mason provides worrying update on Harry Kane's fitness ahead of Man City. So, you guys can't read this, but he says, we're not sure yet. He didn't train with the team today, but we'll know more tomorrow. Explained. Okay, Harry is a top professional. We're taking it hour by hour and see how it goes. We're not going, and Harry's not going to put his body on the line. It will be a combined decisions. It was different for the Champions League final. He was out a long time beforehand. This would be a quick turnaround, and we'll have to assess him tomorrow. So, yeah. The question is, can Spurs beat City without Harry Kane? You know, City could beat Spurs even with Harry Kane. They've done it already this season. They also lost this season to Spurs. And could they do the Carabao Cup final without Harry Kane, though? That's the thing. Kevin De Bruyne ankle injury looking better every day. Possible return for Tottenham clash while PSG remain maybe a priority. So, look. Talk to me. Carabao Cup Final. We have finally got to the Carabao Cup Final. We've talked about a few things today. Super League. We've touched on the 3 matches that we didn't talk about. And now we've gotten to the Carabao Cup. Then we have to run through some of these Premier League. Well, all of these Premier League games. But we won't spend super long on most of them. You see what I mean? Because some of them are like, you know, they're not super games. They're not big picture games. But I do watch the games anyways, even though they're not big matches. I do watch Burnley play. But right about now, there's questions over Harry Kane's fitness, Kevin De Bruyne's fitness, and we know how both players affect the result of their respective teams. Kevin De Bruyne, a big player for City. Harry Kane, the most important player. Well, they're the most important players for both their clubs. And it would be nice if both clubs have both of them for the final because we want a showpiece event. But even if they both aren't fit, we still have a good match in my opinion. But it's a tricky one because for Pep now, he doesn't really know how Ryan Mason plays. He has one game to assess, and it's going to be very difficult. While Ryan Mason have seen numerous teams beat Manchester City under Pep Guardiola, and they know exactly what to do. Sit back, soak up the pressure the best you know how, break on the counter, score, you win. Go back, park the bus, break on the counter, score, you win. Easy. Easier said than done, but still, that's how teams have been beating us. If you play an open brand of football, you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot beat Man City right now. In this day and age, you can't. You can't. A few seasons ago, Liverpool did it. They played open and they beat City. But right now, you play an open brand of football, you're going to get cut apart by this Man City team. Teams can only beat City by sitting back and parking the bus. That's my assessment. Man City will have most of the ball in this game. Tottenham are going to sit back and try their best not to concede a goal. That's all they could do. And then use players like Heung-min Son and Lucas Moura to break away. Use Højbjerg and Ndombele to steal the ball in the midfield, distribute it to those guys over on the left and right, run in behind and score. That is why we need Kyle Walker to play. Kyle Walker has to play. Pep can't play Mendy in this game. And I had a question about my 11 for this match, and we have to put out the best 11, the best possible 11. I want to see Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez has to start the game. De Bruyne does not have to start. Mahrez on the right, Foden on the left, right? So Mahrez, Foden, Jesus. I'm probably going to go in with a similar team that played against Aston Villa. So Mahrez on the right, Foden on the left, Jesus to the center, Gundogan to start. You with me? Are you with me? Then who would partner Gundogan in the midfield there? It's a tricky one. It is a tricky one. To be honest, it is a tricky one. It is a very tricky one. Is Pep going to go with a double pivot with Fernandinho and Rodri? He just might. You see, is he going to go with Bernardo? He could also go with Bernardo and Gundogan in the middle, but Sterling, I don't even want to see Sterling. But I think Sterling is going to start the game. So it might be Sterling, Jesus, Foden. Whether Sterling play on the left, Foden play on the right, we'll see. And Bernardo, Gundogan in the middle. I think Rodri should start the game. Or Fernandinho, doesn't matter. But at left back, play Zinchenko at left back. Laporte, Diaz, Kyle Walker, or let's say Kyle Walker and Cancelo. Ederson in goal. Listen, after what happened there against Chelsea, Pep Guardiola, I beg you, please. I know Stefan has been the cup keeper and he did well and we got to the final and semi-final of both cup competitions. But I beg you, please, I get down on my knees and pray, do not start Zach Steffen. Don't start him. I don't care how bad it looks. I don't care how bad it sounds. Don't start him. Don't start Ferran Torres. Don't start Mendy. We have to learn something from that FA Cup semi-final. Are we going to learn anything from that? I doubt. Pep might end up and play a bum team. And when I say bum team, I mean he might actually make some weird changes and put players in positions. And I'm like, he might play Nathan Ake, who has not been match sharp. I don't know what Pep's going to do. I really don't know. It's a difficult one to gauge. It's a very, very difficult one to gauge. Seriously. Thriller is saying, I rate Stefan, but he can't start this final. Silverware's on the line. What he did against Chelsea? Come on, man. Listen, what he did against Chelsea? Come on, man. It was an American mistake. Let me put it out there. However way it sounds, it was an American mistake. It was because it was like, goddamn, how do you come out and how do you get pulled out like this? How do you get drawn out like this? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't get how you get drawn out like that. Don't get it. Really don't get it. Where's my phone? Oh, really don't get how you get drawn out like that. So we have Elevator Kid saying Edison should play. I do believe that. I called for Edison in the last game. Pep said, oh, we're going to play, Stefan, what happened? Thank you very much once again. Legend Sweet says Ferran Torres needs to start. Play him as a striker. No, Gabriel Jesus is wasteful. Bro, I don't know about that. The thing is, Gabriel Jesus works. He works. He works hard. Ferran Torres does not. And that's the whole thing here, legend. That's the whole thing. That is the thing. That's why Gabriel Jesus works. That's why he works. Mona Meli Mokasi is saying, damn, what about Sterling and Jesus, man? Those guys frustrate me. Yeah, but Sterling more than Jesus. Sterling more than... I don't know what has gotten into Sterling, man. Sterling seems like he's nervous. That's how he's playing. He's nervous. You see what I mean? He is nervous. So we got two goated saying the disrespect. Yeah, it's not disrespect, it's just facts. It is just facts, man. It is just facts, man. Seriously. It is simply just facts. So look, let's touch on some stats really quick. We talked about both teams. City should win this game to be completely, real. But if you look back at the last 10 meetings between these two teams, Man City won the last meeting, beating Spurs 3-0 in February. But in November, Spurs beat us 2-0. And previous February, Spurs beat us 2-0 again. And before that, it was a 2-2 draw. And the last time Spurs beat City was in the Champions League quarterfinals, where they beat us in the first leg 1-0. We beat them 4-3 in a thrilling game back in 2019. They won under away goals by scoring 3 away goals. And, those were the only 3 times Tottenham beat City in the last 3 games. If you go beyond 2017, let me see the record there. Beyond 2017, Spurs picked up some victories against City in 2016, 2 in 2016, 1 in 2015, 1 in 2013, and then you got to go back to 2010s. In those times, they used to smash the hell out of Man City. So between 2003 all the way up to 2010, Man City only beat Spurs once. So they dominated in that decade, but in the last decade, Man City really dominated. And why? Why? Come on, you know why. More money came into the club. But we've gone into a little complacent period lately. Man City and Spurs haven't really played in the League Cup a lot. The last time they met was in the quarterfinals, where Spurs beat City 2-0. So the League Cup record ain't that good. It ain't that good. And before that, in the League Cup, Spurs in the round of 16 beat City 3-1. You know what I'm saying? And before that, back in 92-93, Spurs beat City 1-0. So I think in all 3, from what I'm seeing here, in all-time EFL Cup games, they have met 3 times, and Tottenham have won all 3 matches. Did you even notice? Did you notice? All 3 matches, but on merit and what's going on with City right about now and what's going on with Spurs, Man City should win the game. Thriller says, American mistake like the Vietnam War. Yeah, definitely. Or Afghanistan. We could get into all these things, man. But we won't. So, Legend Sweet is saying, yeah, Gabriel Jesus never in the striker position. He's always on the wing. It's always Ferran Torres or Mahrez who's playing as a striker. A lot of people play as a striker. They rotate positions all the time. Sometimes, Mahrez play through the middle. Sometimes, Foden go through the middle. It varies. It really, really varies. It really varies. But I think Gabriel Jesus should actually start this game. We got Aguero to bring off the bench. Kevin De Bruyne, if he's fit enough to bring off the bench. We got options. We got options. So Phil Jones is saying, hope City don't activate Iheanacho release clause. Do they have a release clause for Iheanacho? Do they have a buyback clause? I doubt that'll happen. I doubt they will. I doubt they will. I doubt they will. I rather, to be honest, see Iheanacho shine at Leicester City than come back to Manchester City, even though he might get a little pay bump or he might look good on his resume. He won't get the opportunities, in my opinion, that he'll get at Leicester, that he's been getting for the last couple months. You see what I mean? It's been his most prolific season ever, and he should stay. He should stay at Leicester City, by all means necessary. So, guys, my prediction for this one, from my assessment, history does not point in City's direction to win this, but from my fairest assessment, Man City wins the game 2-1. But from what Pep has been doing in what he did in the FA Cup, what we know he's capable of doing, is very questionable. But as you guys should know, not the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup belongs to Man City. It belongs to City. You see what I'm saying? So it's City's cup. It is City's cup, and I think we will go on to win 2-1, in my humblest opinion. But I also think that there is a very, 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 very good chance that Tottenham are going to win their first piece of silverware since, I think, 2008. Is that fair? I think that's fair. Ryan May said, it's just like a little fairy tale waiting to happen. You know what I'm saying? Just a little fairy tale. City cut apart by Tottenham Hotspur, Heung-Min Son with a hat-trick. All set up by Harry Kane. You know, it could happen. It could happen. So, look, Steve McCullough is saying, hey, Dom, I have links to Newcastle Fan TV on YouTube. Would you possibly like to be on their preview show for when we play you guys? I'm open to it once the time, coincides. Definitely open to that. Definitely open to that, man. You know what I mean? Look. Once, if someone reaches out, I'll oblige. You see what I mean? But I'm not really the type to really go out seeking. You see what I mean? Because people are weird. But definitely, I'm open to that invitation. I will be happy to go on and talk about Man City. Because that's my team. That's my team. Oh, and before I forget, well, we have a lot of things to cover still, you know. But before I forget, guys, congratulations to Man City's the young team for winning the Premier League 2 competition. Very, very good stuff. Premier League 2 have been won by Manchester City. Congratulations to the young boys, Liam Delap and Tommy Doyle and them guys. You know what I mean? That's a very, very good achievement. It shows that there's a lot of talent there. There was an article on the Premier League website. I'm trying to find it, So I'm trying to find it right now, but it's pretty difficult to find. But congratulations to them boys for winning that thing. Let me see. Should have it right here, God damn, these things are hard to find, man. These things are hard to find. But yeah, that is something I just had to shed some light on. I haven't been following it, but that is something I know for sure. You see what I mean? So congratulations to the boys. The under 23s. The under 23s have clinched that competition. So Steve McCullough is saying, I think you would be a great guest on the show. I really like your content. Thank you very much, man. I try to do the best that I can do, and I do appreciate the healthy donations to the channel. And if it wasn't for all the donations and your eyeballs and, watching the ads when I put up videos, I would not have been able to bring such good quality, good video, good audio. I think they're good. The last time I checked, I think they're good. You know what I mean? And buy a nice cap like this, things like that. I think I might be. Let me see something. You see what I mean? These are. I think I'm like a little out of the frame sometimes. Let me drop my seat a little there. So nice gear. All this gear I wear, you know what I mean? It's for the channel. I bought these things for the channel. I don't wear these out like that unless I leave here and I go upstairs and I go somewhere. But do appreciate that. Do appreciate that. So we'll see. Newcastle Fan TV. We shall see. We shall see. So if you want that to happen, just tell somebody to reach out to me and it'll happen. It'll definitely happen. So thank you very much, man. Steve McCullough, Legend Suite. You guys are legends. And also big up to the boy Adam Samble, Adam the Great. Haven't seen him in here today, but if you're watching a replay, Adam, big up. So Taha Bezri is asking, full-time YouTuber is the goal, right? Nah, it's not the goal. Definitely not the goal. You know, but I practically do it full-time, even though it's not. I do it full-time. It's not my. I do have a full-time job, but the kind of work I put in, it's full-time because I'm off. Excuse me. I'm off from work and I wake up early. I'm off from work and I wake up at 7 a.m. to do this. And then all my day that I have off to chill and relax is gone. But, you know, it is doing this and it means a lot. So what we're going to do, guys, what are your predictions? What are your predictions here? I'm going to read predictions. Let me know your predictions, guys. Thank you very much for all the donations so far. As I mentioned, let me know your predictions. So Steve McCullough is saying, if you guys are interested, go give Newcastle Fan TV a follow. Just hit 25K. I am not following, so let me check them out right now. Newcastle Fan TV. Newcastle. And I have to check out the content as well. Newcastle Fan TV. It's good to have friends, you know what I'm saying? It is good to have friends. So Newcastle Fan TV. All right, we're there. Okay, let me subscribe. Bam. I am officially subscribed to Newcastle Fan TV, by the way. And we'll check out some of the content. And we'll leave a comment and say what's up to the guys, you know. And for their sake, hope Newcastle survives. But we all don't want Newcastle to go down. Newcastle are, you know, big club. We all know this. So, what was my prediction? Actually, listen, the Newcastle Fan TV boys would love my prediction this week anyways. So, what are your predictions, guys? Let me know your prediction. So, Formidable says, you do work a lot indeed. Yeah, man, put in a lot of work. Koza Clapper, 2-0 to Man City. Myself, 3-1. Man City will score for them. Oh, own goal. Come on, guys. Let me know your predictions right now. So we have Formidable saying, women drew yesterday against Chelsea and will probably just miss out on the Premier League trophy, unfortunately. Yeah, I haven't really been watching the women play. I should, though. I should. You know what I mean? It's nice to see women run up and down on things, you know what I'm saying? So Formidables is saying Iheanacho over Gabi Jesus. So Formidables is also saying, I don't know, man, if I'm being completely honest, getting some cash for Sterling and Gabi would be good to form another team, send Mendy on free, or maybe few Garcia to leave, Kun and Ferner. Yeah, the team is going through a rebuild, and you know, trust that Man City will bring in some quality players. Trust that. So Taha Bezri is saying 2-1 for City. We have 2 goated. As a matter of fact, I think Spurs 2, City 1. 2-0 to Spurs at halftime if they're gonna shock City, and the second half City will play like they always do and score a goal back, but it won't be enough. Thank you very much for your prediction. It's possible. It's possible. What am I going to do? Get mad at you? No. It is possible. You know what I mean? It is possible. So, look, bro. You don't... Come on, bro. You see, I just read your comment and you put it in 1, 2, 3... How many times? There's only 30 of us in here, bro. Your comments will get read. So, Julian is saying 2-1 to City. We have Thriller, 5... penalties to 4 pens to City in the shootout after extra time. Man City loving. Mac Lovin says 2-1 to City. Legend Sweet coming in. Legend Sweet, we know you're a City fan. 5-0. I would love it, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think we're going to beat them 5-0. I really don't. If I'm being for real. I really don't. And I do have to get that Keiki video done. I was planning to do it this week, but yesterday I was just relaxing, man. I was playing a lot of FIFA yesterday, and I was just relaxing. Dane Richards in the house. Thank you very much. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button, Dane. Guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, let's smash it. Get to 50 thumbs up at least. We got a lot to talk about today. Sebastian is saying 3-2. One of them I don't mind anyone. Formidables, we beat them 3-0 though. So, look, I'm going to say Man City wins the Carabao Cup. And they, go on to win the Premier League as well. 2 trophies in the cabinet. Champions League would be nice as well, but I don't know. To be honest, I'm going to just stay on the fence with that one. I don't know. I hope we do win the damn Champions League because I would like to shut up some people, you know what I'm saying? And I would like to get this bed all blue. That would be nice. That would be a nice look this summer as well. So what we're going to do, guys, we have a lot to talk about. The stream has only started. 1 hour and a half. It has only started. We have Thriller saying, I think Mason will be over his head. Only second game in charge and will be high stakes game. Pep has all the experience. So Legend Sweet, just joking. Man City 2-1 to Spurs. Thank you very much, Legend Sweet, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it again. Just got paid and I got a little money to burn. Thanks, man. Do appreciate that. So, look, I'm okay with 2 trophies for the start. Champions League is a doubt. Yep, definitely is. So, guys, we're going to get into this week's Premier League predictions, okay? Let's get into the Premier League predictions for this week. We got a lot more to talk about. We got a lot more to discuss. And that's why I love doing these live streams because there's no urgency to rush nothing. You see what I'm saying? There's nobody to rush. Oh, well, let me rush this thing because this person has to do this or whatnot. No, I like doing it. That is, listen, you're doing things by yourself. It's great. It is great. It's good to have a guest on and all, but it is great. I'm going to just put that out there. So, Steve McCullough is saying 2-0 to City. So, McLovin, sad not to see Pep versus Jose final. We were promised, right? I know. I think we will see fans at the stadium too. Hopefully. Let's see how that one goes. Sebastian is saying UCL winners come from PSG. Man City game. Elevator kid. 2-1 to City. So hopefully City win it and I have a good Sunday. But guys, as I said earlier, Antoine Eugene also 2-0. As I said earlier, I will be back. I will be back on Sunday, and I will be back with a live stream on Sunday. Okay, it is scheduled already. Check the channel, and you guys could actually set a reminder. Villa West Brom will be played at that time, so But look, this is it. That is it right there. Nice thumbnail, right? Nice thumbnail. Can't be replicated, you know what I mean? Nice thumbnail. Ryan Mason, Pep Guardiola, the boy Dominic Rich, in his splendor. And nice thumbnail. So, look. Oh, boy. Hopefully we win it. Hopefully we don't bottle that. Hopefully, man. So Sebastian, my Sunday could ruin my whole week. I have 2 matches I will watch. What are those games, Sebastian? What are those games? Dom, some City fans returned their tickets to the club after European Super League thing, LOL. Listen, people are very impulsive, man. They should have never did that. As I told you guys, the club did it in the best interest of its financial future, whatever that means. And they thought that the fans would be on board, but the fans weren't. You see what I'm saying? They weren't. You see what I mean? So, yeah. So, we're going to talk about this week's games that's coming up. So, let me get to that. So, before we do, though, let's just recap what happened for for the last match date, the last set of games we had, which was match week 32. This is match week 33. Some teams have already played 33 games, so let's go. Leicester 3, West Brom 0, Man City 2, Aston Villa 1, Southampton 2, Southampton 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2, Chelsea 0, Brighton 0. That was a shocking result. Leeds 1, Liverpool 1. That was another one. Man United 3, Burnley 1, Arsenal 1, Fulham 1, Wolves 1. And this is the game that Arsenal drew to Fulham and want to be in the damn Super League. Like, Arsenal, you got to be, you're bugging out. Wolves 1, Sheffield 0, Newcastle 3, West Ham 2, Everton 2, Tottenham 2. Those were the matches for match week 32. And after those games, guys, let's take a look at the table here. Let's just take a look at the table really quick before we talk about the games that's coming up, you know. No rush, no rush. You guys want to talk about the Premier League? Let's take our time. All right, all right, so this is the table right here, guys. Man City are on top, 33 matches, 77 points. You know, almost there. I think you need about 8 more points to clinch the league title officially. Man United are second, 66 points. Don't think they'll win the title, but if City drop points, you never know. You never know, man. You never, ever know. So, you know, imagine 5 games to go. City draw all 5, gets 82 points, and United got 6 games to go and gets all 18. Listen, that'd be crazy, man. Adam, bro, how are you, man? I was just talking about you. Hey, everyone, just woke up, worked a night shift, couldn't come earlier. Hopefully, I'm not too late. You're not. We actually just started the predictions where we took the time to talk about European Super League, Carabao Cup, and we spoke about the games that were played already. So Sebastian is saying the AIK have Derby, and the other one is huge in Chile. And also, if Liverpool lose versus Newcastle, you watch games in Chile. Wow. You're international, man. God damn. So Leicester City are third. They put the stronghold on the top 4 place there. Chelsea are fourth with that draw against Brighton. They got a better goal difference than West Ham United, who are fifth. And I think Chelsea and West Ham play this weekend. Yep, they do. They play tomorrow. We're going to get to that. Tottenham is 6th, 53 points. Liverpool. Do you guys believe this? Look who are 7th. If Liverpool were on top the table, I kid you not, this live stream, 80 people, 75, 110, 120, because they want to come here and they want to talk. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Liverpool, we're going to win the league. But I ain't seeing the Liverpool fans, most of them these days, man. They're scarce. They're very, very scarce, man. Very scarce. So, 7th. God damn. Top 4 race is a struggle. So, we got Everton in 8th, 49 points. They got a game in hand. Arsenal 9th. Super League Arsenal are 9th. Yeah. We have Leeds at 10th, 46 points, level on points with Arsenal. Aston Villa 11th, 44 points. Wolves 12th with 41. They have survived. Crystal Palace 13th. They basically survived as well. Southampton 14th, almost there. Newcastle 15th, almost there. Brighton 16th with 34 points. They're almost there as well. Burnley 17th, just outside the relegation zone. 3 losses in their last 3 games. They will need to get their act together. Fulham, West Brom, and Sheffield United all, in the relegation zone, whereas Sheffield United are officially relegated from the Premier League. And Norwich City has officially been promoted to the Premier League as well. So congrats to Norwich. Hard luck to Sheffield United. So we are officially going to go into these matches right now. Damn, this is the latest I have gotten into predictions, but it is all good. We had important things to touch on. So let us talk. Actually, guys, 2 of the games for, I think, match week 33 have been played already, which is, I don't even think so. Wait, yeah. 2 games have been played already. That's why we're not getting games from these teams this weekend. The Man City, Tottenham, Fulham, and Southampton are not playing this weekend in the league because their week 33 fixtures have already been fulfilled, where Spurs beat Fulham 1-0 March 4th and City beat Southampton 5-2 March 10th. So, yeah. That's it. To be honest, I can't even remember that 5-2 jobbing. Seriously, I really can't. I can't even. I kid you not. I kid you not, guys. I can't remember it. There's been so many games. I cannot remember this game. Anyways, Arsenal versus Everton. That game will be playing later. Arsenal versus Everton. So, 2 Goated says, hand in your face. LOL, that's so true. I'm a Liverpool fan. That draw against Leeds messed up my mental state. That was a perfect chance to tie in points with Chelsea and West Ham, but we bottled it. You know, Dane Richards saying, when Man United do bad, I'm always here. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the ones who always come out for me. You know what I mean? I do appreciate that. Do appreciate the continued support by the ones who continue to support me. You know, much love to you, much love and respect. So, yeah. So, let's talk about Arsenal versus Everton. So, Arsenal-Everton, they met early on this season. Everton beat Arsenal 2-1. And Everton has a chance to pull off their first league double over Arsenal. I did see that somewhere. So, you know, that's a fact. Arsenal has never lost twice in the same season to Everton. So that could be something that could actually happen. So 2-1 win for Everton early on in the season. And in the last 10 games, Everton do have 3 wins against Arsenal. All 3 coming in the Premier League. So they, you know, all by one goal margins, 2-1, 1-0, and 2-1. And they do have a draw in there. So Arsenal have been the favorites during this fixture. Carlo Ancelotti coming up against Mikel Arteta. You know, master versus student kind of situation here where they're like 22 years apart. So Carlo Ancelotti could be Mikel Arteta's dad. So, yeah. And my dad and I are not even 22 years apart. I think my dad and I are like 19 years apart the last time I checked. I was his first kid and he was 19. So yeah, we're basically grown-ass men together. Yeah, you know. My dad is only about 53. I think my dad is going to be 53. My dad is 52 years old, is he? So he's pretty young. He is pretty young still. So, Mikel Arteta, 2 matches against Everton, 1 win, 1 loss. Against Ancelotti, who he played those games against, 1 win, 1 loss. So, these 2 managers met each other back in February of 2020, I think, when Mikel Arteta was just appointed Arsenal's manager. And they have met this season. So, last season and this season. Mikel Arteta won 1 and he lost 1. So for Everton, they have been pretty good this season by Everton's standard. You see what I mean? By their standard, it has been a good season. We can't debate that. But the form is kind of worrying. You see what I mean? Very worrying. The last 3 games, 3 draws. Lost the quarterfinal of the FA Cup, lost to Burnley. So the last 5 games in all competitions, they have not won. So that's a worry for them. That is definitely a worry. They have been struggling with some injury issues within the squad. Calvert-Lewin missing there. Allen missing there. Doucouré missing there. Pickford sometime. You know, so they have been struggling and it has messed with the cohesiveness and the progress of the team, if I'm being frank. And it messed with their top 4 chances as well. But they're not losing. Three draws in the last 3 games. It's not a bad result. They come up against Arsenal, who are not going through a very good patch themselves, coming off of a 1-1 draw against Fulham. They did beat Slavia Praha, beat Sheffield United, draw to Slavia Praha, lost to Liverpool, drew to West Ham. You see what I'm saying? Lost to Olympiacos. So they have been going through so-so form as well. And that is why I'm coming up with a 2-2 prediction for this game. Easy. 2-2. Easy. I'm going to keep it short. Wait. Where did I gotta revert on that. I don't know where I come up. I did see somebody says 2-2. My bad. I have a 2-1 win for Everton in this game. Sorry, Thriller. Sorry. But oops. I don't know where I came up with 2-2. But usually, if I did go on and say 2-2, even if I made a mistake and I said 2-2, I would have stuck with that and play it off a bit. But no, I'm not playing this off. I'm going for Everton to win this game, 2-1. So my mistake there. I don't know where I saw that 2-2, but Sebastian did say 2-2. I think that was stuck in my head. That was definitely stuck in my head, man. So 2-1 win for Everton. That's my prediction. That game will be today. I'm not changing my prediction because the last time I did change a prediction and I think it kind of messed it up. So I'm going for a 2-1 win for Everton. Sorry, Arsenal fans here, but sorry. So Dane Richards is saying Lacazette injured. I didn't really look too much into, the injuries for Arsenal. That has to be a late development. Definitely has to be a late development. Let me see what's going on here with Lacazette. Alexander Lacazette. Let me see. News on Lacazette. Mikel Arteta has already hinted that who could replace Lacazette. Yep, Lacazette is injured. Both Lacazette and Aubameyang unavailable for Everton match. You see? So my 2-1 prediction is spot on. And I don't know where I came up with that 2-2 thing, but bam. You see what I'm saying? Badam. So Mikel Arteta against his old club, says Dane. Definitely. Thanks for reminding us. 2 go to the saying 4-1 to Arsenal. Arteta masterclass. I don't know. It's your opinion, but I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. 1-1. Saka, Gylfi, Sigurdsson, says Dane. 1-1, says Air Slayer. Adam is saying, I'm just going to be idle in here. Will put up prediction. No problem, bro. No problem. Elevator Kid, 1-1. Sebastian is the one who said 2-2 and got it stuck in my head. Jordan, 2-0 to Arsenal. Thank you very much for the prediction. So 1-1, the final. Arsenal would take a draw before playing next week's versus Villarreal. Akintunde Kayode, man. How are you doing, man? How are you? So, how are you doing? So, Akintunde saying, okay, y'all doing predictions. Yeah, we just doing predictions, man. We just doing predictions, So, Dane Richards is saying, I think he came off injured versus Fulham. He is then Nketiah to score. Okay. So Nketiah was missing for a while and then he came against, Fulham and scored that equalizer late in the game to give Arsenal a point, to snatch 2 points away from Fulham, if you want to look at it that way. But we won't stay forever here on Arsenal and Everton. And I'm going to say 2-1 to Everton. They're trying to get European football. I think Everton should end up getting Europa League. Arsenal, I think, should end up getting nothing via the league, but they could go on to win the Europa League and be in the Champions League, so that'll be nice for them. That will definitely be nice for them. So Steve McCullough is asking, Dom, are you based in the USA? Yes, I am. I am based in New York City. Thriller, Odegaard is also injured, not looking good for us this afternoon. That's what I'm saying. That's why I had to double back really quick. I'm like, whoa, what am I talking about? 2-2, man. Arsenal are losing the game. Antoine Eugene, 2-0 to Everton. And Antoine Eugene, I saw that you subscribed to the gaming channel. Do appreciate that, man. Much respect for that. So, Steve McCullough, 1-1, Arsenal versus Everton. So, Akintunde, very well. Thank you. Always good to see you, Dom. Always nice to see you, bro. Remember that time you came on the show? That was fun. That was in the early times, when Liverpool were doing their thing. But now, You guys are like 7th, bro. You guys are 7th. So yeah. So look, 2-1, 2-1 to Everton. So in terms of fixtures, let me just touch on Arsenal's next fixture. They will play Villarreal in first leg of the FA Cup, Europa League. I don't know why I got FA Cup in my head. First leg of the Europa League, where they meet Unai Emery, their former manager. Then they have Newcastle, Villarreal again, West Brom, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, and Brighton to wrap up the season. So it might be a rough road to the end of the season for Arsenal, if you ask me. So Everton, after playing Arsenal, they play Aston Villa, West Ham, Sheffield, Wolves, and Man City on the final day. So, so running for the last set of games for Everton FC. So we're going to move right on to the next game, guys. We're not going to delay. And the next game will be Liverpool versus Newcastle. Yes, I'm talking about this one early. Liverpool are currently 7th, and Newcastle have climbed up in the table a bit, and they're 15th. And they would feel like that's about where they should be based on their recent results. 2 wins in the last 2 draws in the last 5, and a loss. So not a bad run of form for Newcastle United at all. And this is because of Callum Wilson coming back from injury, and especially Allan Saint-Maximin being available again. But I think he did went off injured in the last game. So let me see what the status is on Allan Saint-Maximin here. Didn't do any research on him before I made predictions. But let me see. Newcastle have prepared for inevitable interest. Yeah, but I haven't seen anything about his injury though. Okay, it says Newcastle United. That's the official website, you know. The official website says that Allan Saint-Maximin fit for Liverpool trip. So Liverpool, you could be in for something here because, listen, this guy is a problem. This guy is a problem, man. Allan Saint-Maximin is a problem. Just gonna put that out there, and he would cause some problems to that Liverpool backline, made up of Ozan Kabak and was it Fabinho who played in the last game there? Listen, I was so distracted by the Super League. I'm telling you, the whole Super League saga that was going on, I didn't even take a look at Liverpool's lineup for that game. Yeah, Fabinho was at the back. Yeah, from judging from who was playing, Alcantara, Wijnaldum, Milner played the last game. Milner have been playing a lot of games lately. Mane, Firmino, and Jota. Salah came off the bench. Liverpool still did not win the game. Listen, this team needs a serious refresh, and it has been proven from some of the latest results, and that 1-1 versus Leeds, 0-0 versus Real Madrid. They did get past Aston Villa, but barely, last minute thing, lose to Real Madrid. Smashed up Arsenal and beat Wolves, but they beat Leipzig. But before that, it was a slump where they lost to Chelsea, lost to Fulham, they lost to Everton, they lost to Leicester, lost to City, lost to Brighton. So it has been a lull season, a lull season for Liverpool, big time lull for Liverpool. And they have gone into a lull, literally. They have gone into an LOL and an LULL season. A lull. Laughable stuff by Liverpool FC. And people may argue that it's contributed by the Van Dijk and the Gomez injury is a contributing factor. But I don't think so. I think it's the front three has gone missing. But those guys are a contributing factor, but not the only contributing factor. Because if your defense go missing, you're supposed to have a team built that if somebody gets injured, another could step in and do the job. You see what I'm saying? So you got to look at the fundamentals. You got to look at, was the team really put together well enough to defend the title? And the answer is no. The answer is no. Newcastle, on the other hand, they have been horrible in 2021. This has been their best run of form under Steve Bruce for the new year. And they have been picking up some very, very, very good results. They have been playing with a lot of intent. Some of the substitutions that Steve Bruce has been making has been freaking impeccable, immaculate. And it makes him look like a master freaking tactician. But also with the likes of, Almiron has been playing well. Joe Willock, super sub in a couple of games, have been playing well. Alan Saint-Maximin has been doing well. Dubravka in goal. Don't forget the defenders as well, guys. Don't forget guys like John Shelby has been playing some good football. Longstaff and these guys. So I think it's going to be a very difficult game for Liverpool, which will be at home early tomorrow in the morning for me, 12:30 in England or 1:30. I don't know what time it will be in England, but it'll be 12:30 for me. It'll be 7:30 a.m. for me. And guys, judging from the way Liverpool have been playing at home, they barely scraped past Aston Villa, lost 6 previous games at home, got a 1-1 draw against Leeds, where Leeds were the better team in the second half, and if it wasn't for Alisson Becker, they would have lost the game. I'm going to say Newcastle are going to trouble Liverpool here, and it's going to be a 1-1 draw. That's my prediction for this one. A 1-1 draw. They're going to be resilient. They're going to be very, very tightly packed, and they're going to get one. Joel Linton have been bagging a few lately. Almiron, we know, is a threat. They have threats. They have threats. I can't remember if Ryan Fraser has been involved lately, but it's been a poor season for him. Very, very poor season for him. But that 3-2 win over West Ham, 2-1 win over Burnley, some impressive results. Some very, 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 very impressive results. So just check the Newcastle lineup from the last game here. Almiron, Longstaff, Murphy. They have their defenders fit again with Fernandes, Clark, Dominic, Richie. They play 5 at the back and then they compact in the middle. So it's basically about, 7. So it's going to be very difficult to get past this defense. Very, very difficult. And with Almiron and the pace of Saint-Maximin, it could get very, very tricky here. And they will be very dangerous in the set pieces situations with their height advantage as well. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw here. 1-1 draw. I think it's a fair assessment. I've been predicting Liverpool to win most of their games anyways. I predicted them to beat Leeds and look at what happened. So in terms of the predictions here, I have, let me see what you guys have. We have Sebastian, Newcastle 2, Liverpool 1. Really? Wow, Sebastian, I'm surprised. Elevator Kid 2-1 to Newcastle. Jordan saying 2-0. Elevator Kid 2-1 to Liverpool. Jordan 2-0 to Liverpool. Jordan, we know you guys don't predict your team to lose, bro, or even draw games, so it's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. Formidable Centurions, I can see a draw here. 2 goated, Liverpool 2, Newcastle 0. Robert is saying a 2-2 draw. Sebastian, I'm going to reverse it. Newcastle win 2-1. I don't fancy jinx Liverpool. Oh, okay. Hi, saying, by the way, mate, 3 of the Super League teams, which are Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man U, are confirmed getting a 12-point deduction, but the other 3 won't get punishment. So I don't know if that's confirmed. I did see something about the Premier League saying that, that could be considered if contracts are breached in the future. But I don't know about the point deduction happening this season, though. I really don't know about that. So I don't see that on the Premier League website. I am on the Premier League website right now, and I don't see anything like that right about now. So things are being said. Things are getting maybe leaked out, and, he say, she say. So let me just look that up really quick. Premier League points deduction. Let me see something. All right, stories. Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham set to avoid points deduction as, okay, Arsenal in relegation battle and Chelsea biggest losers with Premier League points deduction. Okay, let me see something. Big 6 Premier League Let me see. Oh, man. Football London is saying Arsenal in relegation battle and Chelsea biggest losers with Premier League points deduction. BT Sport pundit Chris Sutton has called on all clubs involved in the Super League fiasco to be deducted points in the Premier League immediately. This is a clickbait title. Clickbait title. You know what I'm saying? Stop it. 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 That ain't happening. Nobody ain't getting no points deducted. They ain't getting no points deducted. 1-1 says Air Slayer. Liverpool to win 3-2 says Antoine Eugene. Dane Richards is saying 2-2. Newcastle to score in the first 2 minutes. Legend Suite. Newcastle 1. Newcastle 2. Liverpool 1. Hi. By the way, 2-0 to Newcastle. Come on, Magpies. Oh, boy. 1-1 says Adam, but I wouldn't be surprised if Newcastle win. What else we got here? Steve McCullough is saying 1-1-2. Koza Clapper 1-0 to Newcastle. Formidables. They are definitely playing for Bruce. Can't deny that. Yeah, Steve Bruce is the kind of manager to play for, man. You know, you could see his face. He tries. Maybe he's not the best, but he tries, man. Koza Clapper 1-0. So we have Akin Tunde is saying, it'll be a tough match, but I'm backing my team 2-0. I know you guys never predict y'all to lose, bro. I know this. So, Nader. How are you, Nader? 3-1 to the Reds. We got Elevator Kid. I barely predict against Liverpool, but I will when we play United. I think we will lose that 2-1. So, all right. Leon Fife in the house. How are you, Leon? So that's it for the Liverpool game. Let's move on to the West Ham-Chelsea match. We got a few games to go through still. We're going to run through these matches. We're not going to spend forever on games today. We've done a lot of talking. We've done a lot of discussion. But we are going to still give each match the attention it deserves. So West Ham versus Chelsea. West Ham coming off of a 3-2 loss to Newcastle. Chelsea coming off of a 0-0 draw against Brighton and Hove Albion. But also coming off of a 1-0 win in the FA Cup semi-final against the mighty Manchester City. So, look. You know what I actually did not mention, guys? Give me 1 second. What I didn't mention was Liverpool-Newcastle, right? Liverpool-Newcastle. The game that played earlier this season was a 0-0 draw. It was a 0-0 draw. Okay? And Newcastle have not beaten Liverpool since 2015, and that was Liverpool's only loss against the Geordies in the last 10 matches, whereas there has been 3 drawn games, 2-2, 1-1, and 0-0. All right, so just that I forgot to mention that, I got distracted throughout, but did definitely have to mention that. Chelsea versus West Ham in the London Derby here. The game early on this season saw a 3-0 win for Chelsea, and they losses against West Ham has done well against Chelsea, you know. West Ham has 4 wins against Chelsea in their last 10 games and 2 draws. So West Ham has only lost 4 of their last 10 matches played against Chelsea, which is quite impressive if you ask me. Very, very, very impressive. So Thomas Tuchel, this will be his first time playing against West Ham United, first time playing against David Moyes, but David Moyes has played against Chelsea on 43 occasions, only winning 6 of those, losing 23 and drawing 11. So that's a very interesting stat, and this is a big game because this is a game for the top 4 race. Both teams are level on 55 points, and dropping points here won't be good for none of these teams, because with that, if that happens, let's say Chelsea win, they will make a 3-point gap between themselves and West Ham, and if West Ham wins, that the inverse of that will happen. 1-1 draw, 0-0 draw, it will do good for both teams in terms of keeping up with Leicester City. Good for both of them. But it won't be good in terms of, it will let Liverpool and Spurs back into the mix. So a draw in the grand scheme of things, won't be good for both of them, but getting points will be good. You understand what I'm saying? So, look, for the neutrals watching this, for the neutrals who are not involved in the top four, you know, a draw, thriller, high scoring 3-3 draw would be a good one. West Ham, for people who like the underdog story, would love to see West Ham win here. For the Chelsea fans, after what they did against Brighton, a 0-0, Brighton are way down in the table. They would want to bounce back here against West Ham United, who might be missing Jesse Lingard, if you ask me. So let me just do a quick search here. Jesse Lingard, let me see if he's going to be fit for this game against Chelsea. So Lingard, let me see. There's a story about him coming out about how he was messed up here. So West Ham United here. So team news, David Moyes gives update ahead of United's clash with Chelsea. So Lingard, let me see if I see anything with Lingard here. David Moyes has confirmed that Jesse Lingard is fit and raring to go for Saturday's Premier League derby against Chelsea. So that is all we need to know, guys. That is all we need to know. He will be fit for this game against Chelsea, so it's game on. It is game on. And what we've been seeing from Chelsea, they're not a very high-scoring team under Thomas Tuchel. They haven't been conceding a lot of goals, though. With the exception of that game against West Brom. The Premier League could dish out these results. So I think Chelsea have been playing some quality football, more on the defensive side, but they do have that attacking threat where the forwards need to be a little bit more clinical, though. A lot more. Timo Werner, Kai Havertz need to be a lot more clinical. Pulisic have been chipping in with the goals. Hakim Ziyech, there's a lot of options. Callum Hudson-Odoi, Kante has been so annoying in the middle. And quality team, quality outfit. It seems as if Kepa is the new number one again. Let's see if Mendy will play this game. But that could be the problem with the Thomas Tuchel team, the rotation. The rotation could definitely be a problem. So, guys, the way West Ham have been playing, they have been playing some really good football. I don't think Declan Rice will be fit again. So, Craig Dawson did pick up a red card in the last game, so he would be absent. And let me see if there's anything on Declan Rice. So he says, I'm hoping that somewhere along the line we can get Mickey, Declan, Aaron Cresswell, and Arthur back in amongst, because they've been very important players for us this year. Yeah, so that's a lot of injuries, man. Aaron Cresswell is injured. Arthur Masuaku is injured. You know what I mean? Declan Rice is injured. It's going to be it. Mikel Antonio. Even with that, though, West Ham do have a good lineup. Ben Rama, Fornals, Jesse Lingard, you name it. They do still have a good team. And judging from the way Chelsea have been playing and West Ham have been playing, Chelsea are the favorites here. Definitely the favorites to win this, if you ask me. But my mind is heading towards a draw. I have a 2-2 draw. West Ham has been scoring a lot of goals lately. And I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. So the last 3 games at the London Stadium against Chelsea, West Ham has not lost. A 1-0 win, a 0-0 draw, and a 3-2 draw last season. A 3-2 win last season, pardon me. So they have been playing well against Chelsea at the London Stadium. The last time Chelsea beat them there was 2-1 in 2017. But, most of West Ham's good results against Chelsea have been at home. So their home record against Chelsea reads 24 games. West Ham has 9 wins. Chelsea has 11 and 4 draws. So most of their wins in the Premier League has come at home. 14 total wins in the Premier League. 9 at home. You see what I'm saying? 9 total draws, 4 at home. So their home record against Chelsea is very, very formidable, and I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw here. So that's that for that one. What do you guys have? So we have 2-2 says Dane Richards, Robert 3-2 to Chelsea, Palomo 1-0 to West Ham. We have is Antonio? No, Antonio is not playing. We have Elevator Kid saying 2-1 to Chelsea, Slayer 3-3. What else we got here? Antoine, yo, Dom, There's big news that Ryan Giggs assaulted two women. Oh boy. Let me see what's going on here. Ryan Giggs. Oh man, I might have to make a video on this when I'm done and put it on the More Dominic Rich channel. I haven't really put anything on there for a while, for at least 3 weeks. But Ryan Giggs charged with assaulting woman and coercive control. Oh boy. Thank you very much, Antoine Eugene. Look for that video on More Dominic Rich FC, where I am also trying to build that second channel, you know, just in case, you know. And I will also be using that channel to, you know, double up on content during the World Cup as well. And just to talk about stories that I really don't want to touch on the main channel. So, yeah. And, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. That is crazy. That is crazy, man. Giggs again, right? Giggs again. Oh, man. Oh, man. Nothing is good for United community. Oh, man. This is not good. This is not good, man. You know? I'm not saying I never got into a fight with a woman. I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not acting like a saint out here. But Ryan Giggs, you gotta show it. You gotta show some example, man. You were in the news for, you know, dealing with your brother's wife and all, and then you come on, bro. Come on. So Adam is saying, I don't know, man. West Ham are on fire, but they did lose. Chelsea do well. Then they draw. They draw games. I'll say big scoring match, 2-2, the final. But as well, I could see either team winning narrowly. Yeah, very good assessment of this one, Adam the Great. Very, very, very good assessment. You know, you're on point with that one for sure. Definitely on point with that one. So we have Akintunde saying, put a link in the description for this new channel. Could anyone drop a link in the description for that new channel for Akintunde, where I did put in some videos over there? Somebody drop a link in the description. Big up to the boy Z Ghoul from St. Vincent, man. How are you doing, Z Ghoul? How are you doing? Thanks for tuning in to the thing. How are you doing? I saw you on Facebook posing the other day, bro. How are you? How things, man? How things? You staying safe or what? How things? So Steve McCullough, 2-1 to Chelsea. 2-1 to Chelsea. Solid predictions, guys. All these predictions are solid predictions. Bayern fan, 1-1. Jordan, 1-1. You know. And wait, Jordan, you just said 1-1, bro. Where you going with 2-2 again, man? Regilio Grunefeld, how are you doing, Regilio? Guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up button for those of you guys who are just strolling in. Let's get to at least 50 thumbs up. Let's get to 50 thumbs up. It's been a slow start today, but it's been a good day still. You know, we don't really pay too much. When you're doing a live stream and you have a nice little community, you don't really stress too much and get depressed on, oh, man, I didn't have 1,000 people in here. Oh, I didn't have 300 people in here. Oh, man, oh, my God, I'm about to lose my mind. No, man, you know. Thanks, Dane Richards, man. Thanks, guys. Make sure you subscribe to More Dominic Rich FC. Subscribe to the gaming channel as well. Subscribe to all my channels. I have 4 channels, you know what I'm saying? And I'm struggling. Actually, I'm not struggling. Is that I'm focused so much on this channel and the gaming channel where I love to play FIFA. That I play FIFA, I stream, live stream, and then this channel, I keep on top of things, but then the other channels suffer because I'm like, I don't really have to. You know, I never really promised anything. I never promised to come every day or every week. So, yeah. But I should be more consistent on More Dominic Rich FC, where the style of videos that I do, I can be more consistent. But, guys, I don't have the time, man. I don't have the time. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I almost said I'm a wife. I'm a husband. I have a full-time job, and I do YouTube, you know. So, yeah. So, yeah, man. What we got here? Koza Clapper, 3-3 to West Ham. Elevator Kid, 2-1 to Chelsea. We got Rogelio, 1-1. Martin, 3-1. Jay Ling's hat-trick. Oh, man, that would be crazy, right? That would be crazy. So, Intelligent Giant. Dom, it's been an absolute pleasure watching your videos and live streams for the past 2 months. Thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that, man. Much respect. Zigul, I'm good, bro. Just tuning in. Hope you and your family are well. Yeah, everybody's good for now, man. Everybody's good. Holding it down, holding it down. So what we're going to do, we're going to move right on to the next one, which is a low-profile game. But before we do move on to that one, we do have to touch on what the other teams are going to do next in terms of who they play. So for Chelsea, their next game after the match against West Ham, it's a big game, guys. So we all have to consider that. It's a big game coming up against Real Madrid. So rotation will happen. The same goes for Man City. Rotation will happen, and, it's going to affect the Real Madrid. The Real Madrid game will affect the West Ham game, and the West Ham game will affect the Real Madrid game. Then Chelsea has another London derby here against Fulham, then against Real Madrid again. City, Arsenal, Leicester in the FA Cup final, and then Aston Villa. So a tough set of games coming in, man, for Chelsea for the last set of games. The season is winding down, guys. It's winding down. It is winding down. So for West Ham United, who are 5th, Chelsea are 4th, only on goal difference. West Ham play Burnley, Everton, Brighton, West Brom, and Southampton, where, judging from these fixtures and the way West Ham has been playing, they could go on to win quite a few of these, So the top 4 race is very, very hot, guys. And we will talk a bit about top 4 when I'm done with these games. But let's talk about Sheffield United versus Brighton and Hove Albion. Sheffield United versus Brighton and Hove Albion. I hear the guys outside cutting the lawn, right? Just a quick story about my lawn. For 4 years, this year would make 5 years since I bought my house, right? Bought the house, the lawn is a small little 2 patches of lawn outside. Very horrible grass. I did what I could do, plant new grass, bought the grass seeds, planted the freaking grass, and the grass never really grew properly. The things in the damn soil, there's some bulbous things that always keeps popping up every year, man. Once a bulb is there, it will, even if you kill it, it comes back. It comes back. It's like an onion, It comes back. It grows just like that. It doesn't die. And lately I've been thinking I should just dig up the damn thing, go to Home Depot, and buy those strips of grass that I could just put out and lay down and have it nice. Water it, and then I'll have nice grass. That's what I'm going to do. That is what I'm going to do, man. I'm very, very pissed off with the state of my grass outside. Very, very pissed off. And I've worked tirelessly to get it good. Wasted money wetting the damn lawn and buying a freaking brand new sprinkler and all of that. Grass, you have disappointed me. Just want to put that out there. So, look, let us talk about the next game. Sheffield versus Brighton. Sheffield United have officially been relegated, sacked their boss, Chris Wilder, after placing 9th last season, appointed interim manager Paul Heckingbottom, and under Heckingbottom, they have not won a single game. They have lost all games. You see what I'm saying? They have lost every single thing. Last 5 games, 5 losses. If we go back even further, their last 5 games, the last time Sheffield United had a good result, let's go back here. Let's go back. Sheffield, they beat Aston Villa on the 3rd of March, 1-0. 1-0. Let me see. I think Chris Wilder was in charge there. Let me double check that really quick. So, yeah, Chris Wilder was in charge. And I can't remember the timeline of when he got sacked, though. That's the thing. So let me just check here really quick. Chris Wilder, yeah, he was in charge against Southampton. I think he got sacked after that. Leicester 5-0. Chris Wilder was sacked before the... Yeah. So he was sacked just before the Leicester game. And since the Leicester game, since Chris Wilder was sacked, right? And I just have to put that out there, man. Chris Wilder, you a wild boy. Look, Leicester 5, Sheffield 0. Chelsea 2, Sheffield 0 in the FA Cup quarterfinals. Leeds 2, Sheffield 1. Arsenal 3, Sheffield 0. Wolves 1, Sheffield 0. And now they have Brighton. My prediction for this game, I'm not even going to go into no freaking depth or whatnot and waste time on this. But the game early on this season was a 1-1 draw. Last season, Sheffield beat Brighton 1-0, and the other game was a 1-1 draw. My prediction, Brighton to win 2-0. After what Brighton did against Chelsea to keep them scoreless, and Brighton were very, very bright in that match, Brighton are not losing to Sheffield United in this state. Sheffield could also be dangerous where they have nothing to play for anymore and they would just go out there and have fun. But this could also be a situation where Paul Heckingbottom could say, you go play, you go play, you go play, you go play. And then the team is not in the right state of mind and then they get ripped apart. So Brighton and, Graham Potter to go on to win 2-0. They have been pretty good this season despite having some unfavorable results. They are the draw kings of the league with exactly 12 draws this season. 13 I mean. Oh, my bad. They have 12 losses, 7 wins. They will go on to win this match in my opinion and potentially secure safety, go up to 37 points. They have won 2, drew 2 and lost 1 of their last 5 games. Brighton Hove and Albion will be in the Premier League next season. That's my thoughts on that. They have some, neat little players. Jakob Moder and Adam Zakiri. These guys, you have to keep an eye on them. They're little bits and pieces players, but under the right tutelage, they will develop. Welbeck, Trossard is a beast. Solly March has been out for a while. He has, been a good servant for the club. And, the list goes on and on and on and on. I am probably forgetting some big players. Dan Burn and Lewis Dunk and Ben White has done a great job this season. Sanchez in goal has been good this season. So I'm going to go for 2-0 to Brighton. And that's it for that one. Let us go. What are your predictions, guys? What are your predictions? So, look. We got Sheffield 1, Brighton 2, says Elevated Kid. Palomo 4-0. We got Martin saying 0-0, boring match. A lot of defensive passes. Big up to Ibrook Palmer in here. He says Courtois is a traitor. Never loved Chelsea. Yeah, I remember when I was living on my own, back when I first got my apartment and everything. And that's when I really got back into watching like a lot of football. I remember when Chelsea got knocked out of the freaking Champions League when Courtois was in goal. That seems like so long ago, man. That's like 8 years ago. So that is a long time ago. So Jordan, 3-0 to Brighton. We got Cool Facts, says Dane. Sheffield United have lost just one game, have lost just one in the last 11 games versus Brighton. Well, going back to the record here, in the last 10 games, they have definitely only lost one game. And in all competitions, they haven't really met a lot of times, They've met the first time in 86, 87, and they only have a handful of games against each other where they have only lost once against Brighton in their entire history, and that came in the championship in a 2-1 loss at home. That was a home game, and they will lose at home again. They're in a very bad situation. Sheffield, they're going down, and they're going out very badly. Another loss. I think Sheffield might actually go on to lose all their remaining matches. And I remember actually joking around about Ryan Brewster scoring 0 goals this season. He hasn't scored any yet. Crazy, man. I think I need to do something, I think I need to go back and watch over some of the live streams from early on this season and download them and do like a package. I think I need to work on this project. I think I need to work on that project, Go back when Ryan and I used to do the live streams and just take out some of the best bits. Just go in, sit down one day and just go through. And okay, cut that out, put that in. 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 And then put together something. It will be hard, but I don't know. Let me not put myself on anything. So Z Gould says 0-0. Both teams are frauds. Regelia 1-0 for Brighton. Dane saying, but I saw 1-0 Brighton despite that. So what else we got here? Sebastian 2-0 to Brighton. And Akin Tunde is asking, how did Sheffield beat Man United this season though? Because Man United are frauds, man. We all know this, man. We know this. So if I haven't read your predictions, sorry, but we're going to move on. We have some small games to talk about. Wolves versus Burnley. Let's talk about Wolves versus Burnley. And guys, we have hit 50 thumbs up, so thank you very much for everyone who have smashed the thumbs up button. Guys, make sure you like the video if you are yet to do so. So let us go. Let's move on. But wait. Before we do move on, let's just pay these teams some respect and say Brighton play Leeds in their next game. Then they play Wolves, West Ham, Man City, and Arsenal for the last 2 games of this season, where hopefully for them they will be in the Premier League next season. But for Sheffield, they will be playing in the Championship for sure. We know this. You see what I'm saying? This is a fact. This is not a fun fact. This is indeed a real fact. So for Sheffield United, their running for the last games of this season will be Brighton, Tottenham, Crystal Palace, Everton, Newcastle United, and Burnley. They do not have a bad set of fixtures, but the thing is, these teams are looking to Burnley looking to survive, Newcastle looking to survive. They might be already safe by then, but still, Crystal Palace, maybe they'll get something against Palace, who knows? But postseason for Sheffield figured out, and they're going down. And also, congrats to Norwich, because they are coming up maybe to go back down again, because the style of football that they be playing and the recruitment that they do, they're just destined to go back down. Next game, Wolves versus Burnley here. Wolves versus Burnley. So guys, think about what prediction you want to make for that. Don't drop the prediction yet, because I'm not reading the comments right now. So don't drop the predictions yet. After this, we'll have 3 games to go and we wrap up today's episode. So Wolves versus Burnley. I don't plan to stay forever on this one either. This is not a fixture that I want to spend 15 minutes. But Wolves are currently 12th in the league. They got 41 points. They have survived. They will play again next season. As for Burnley, though, they're in a relegation scrap. We have to say it. 33 points, 3 losses in the last 3 games. And they have to start worrying here. Because let's say Fulham win 2 games. Well, it's not likely. It's pretty rough for them. But still, let's say Fulham keep winning and West Brom start winning again. And Burnley do not win. It's going to get pretty tricky for them. So we know Burnley recently got a mini kind of takeover by some American owners. And yeah, they did not join the Super League despite getting American owners. But it could be they are in jeopardy of getting relegated. That one is for real. So early on this season, the game between Burnley and Wolves, it ended in a 2-1 win for Burnley. So that was a good result for Burnley. So hopefully for them, they could replicate it. It was at Turf Moor, where Ashley Barnes and Chris Wood scored before Fabio Silva bagged, a penalty late in the game. So for their sake, they would be hoping that something similar happens. For Wolves, they're going through their injury problems as we know it. Jimenez is still not back. Pedro Neto is out for the rest of the season. But positives for them is Adama is playing well. Podence is back. Brilliant Jose just scored his first goal for the club. Fabio Silva does play well when he come off the bench, and they do have, some of the mainstays like Patricio and, I think Willie Bali came back from injury and what's the captain name again? Connor Cody. I think Saiz is fit. I'm not too keen on everyone who is fit right now, but they're playing some decent ball. Wolves are always a threat. We know this. I, as a Man City fan, I know this. You see what I mean? 1-0 against Sheffield in their last game. 1-0 against Wolves in their last game. Against Fulham in their previous match. And this one is going to be a lot more difficult, though, because Burnley need points. Their Premier League spot is on the line. From what I've watched, the little that I've seen from, not the little, but I've been watching Burnley games, but sometimes when the games are playing, I'm like doing stuff and, I'm listening to the game. Chris Wood have been a threat. Vidra have been a threat lately. We know McNeil is always there and about. what's it called it? Brownhill needs to step his game up, if you ask me. And the little bits and pieces players that they have need to really step up. Lately, Nick Pope has been injured. Bailey Peacock Farrell has been in goal, and he was very good in the last game, despite them not winning it. But, he had a lot to do, and he pulled off a lot of big saves. And that was against United, and they did lose against Newcastle too. It's going to be a rough one, but I think that Burnley are going to get something from this game, and it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I think it's a fair assessment. It's about time they get some results too. So what is your predictions for this one? What's your predictions? What are your predictions, I should say? So what do we have? What do we have in terms of predictions here? Martin Cullev is saying Podence, the 5'4" man. Yeah, that is really short, man. He looks like a Oompa Loompa when he's walking, though. When he's like walking, I'm like, yo, he's so short. He's so short. But he's a very good player, though. Very, very talented player. He was brought in from Olympiacos the last time I checked, right? So Portugal versus Burnley here. Portugal versus Burnley. Basically, Portugal versus the UK here. So we have Burnley to win, says Antoine, 1-0. Paloma says 2-1 to Wolves. Elevated Kid, 1-1. We got Jordan saying 2-0 to Burnley. So Ibrook, Wolves won't match up good against Burnley. Thriller, I only a few inches taller than Podence and Tariq Lamptey. Ooh, respect the short ballers. We have another time. Why is my computer trying to restart in the middle of a freaking live stream? What is wrong with this computer? Adam is saying 2-1 to Burnley. Wolves have so many key players injured. Phil Jones, talking about Burnley, Dwight McNeil wants to play for Jamaica. Yeah, I've been seeing, my boy Simon Preston been talking a lot about potential players who could play for Jamaica and all of that. But I don't think, to be honest, I don't think McNeil should run and play for Jamaica, if I'm being for real. If I'm being for real, I don't think he should run and play for Jamaica. So, Dwight, we look up Dwight McNeil. Mr. Dwight McNeil, baby. So, Dwight McNeil, I didn't even realize that he had Jamaican in him before. Seriously, it was not until the whole thing where Burnley had that whole racist thing going on, and people were saying that people were actually saying that Burnley need more black players, and people are saying, oh, McNeil is like half black, Do you know that? Do you know McNeil is like half black? So international career. Dwight McNeil received his first call-up for England under 20s ahead of the under 20 Euro Elite, against Portugal in 2019. And yeah, I don't see nothing else here in terms of. So let me see here. Per early life, I don't see nothing here. But it doesn't mention in his Wikipedia thing that he's actually Jamaican anyway. But I have heard things that he is has Jamaican blood in him. So he has made 90 appearances for Burnley and has only scored 7 times. McNeil, you got to step your blood clot game up, because 7 goals in 90 games as a winger, it's not good. Winger / midfielder, let's put it out there, it is not good. It is not good. So maybe I'll double back on that and say, yeah, McNeil, split for Jamaica, because you ain't gonna make the England team. Yeah, he scored a screamer versus Everton, 1 of 7 goals he's scored in about 90 games. Look, he should play for Jamaica. I take that back. Go play for Jamaica. Go play for Jamaica. Dom, did you see Cole Palmer goal versus United under 21s? No, bro. No. I haven't been watching no under 21 games. I hardly have time to freaking, watch a movie, much as to watch under 21 games. Burnley won. 1-1 for Burnley. Maybe struggling, but they're not a walkover. Certainly not for Wolves. Definitely agree with that. So we're going to move right on to the next one, guys. We're going to move right on. And we have a few games. I want to leave these ones, right there. Maybe I could. Okay, we have 3 games left to talk about. That's it. We got 3 games left. Leeds versus Manchester United, we got to touch on. But for Burnley, the next game would be against West Ham, then Fulham, Leeds United, Liverpool, and Sheffield. Yeah, Burnley are going to survive, man. Burnley should survive this fixture run in here. They should survive. They really should survive. They should get at least 5 points from these games, you know what I mean? At least they beat Liverpool, so, you know, they do have a great chance here. Oh my God. So Fabrizio Romano tweeted out 10:51 a.m. official Brazilian gem Keke joins Man City on a permanent deal. Here we go. 5-year contract will arrive June 2022. I don't even you see? When your mind tells you to do something, you should do it, you know. Yesterday I was going to do a reaction video to the kid, edit it, put it out. If I had done that, that video would have been on fire right about now. But missed opportunities, man. But it's all good. I'll do it still. Whatever. What the hell ever, man. You know, so yeah. Whatever. So let's talk about United. United versus Leeds here. But before we do that, yeah, I'm touching on some fixtures here. So for Wolves, they got West Brom, Black Country Derby, Brighton, Tottenham, Everton, and Man United. They are safe, but they could still, who knows? Maybe they could push hard, win all their games, and get into the Europa League or Conference League. You never know. You never ever know here. So United here versus I could go deeper into these fixtures, but I'm not going to go deeper into those games at all. Not necessary, guys. So Leeds versus United, a home game for Leeds. This is a big game historically, as Leeds have now come back into the Premier League. First game back in the Premier League against Manchester United, a 6-2 drubbing. 6-2 drubbing. I remember this game. This was a good game. Very entertaining stuff. I actually thought Leeds were going to put up a fight and come back here, but they didn't, because we had all 6 goals in the first 73 minutes. And that's when I thought Leeds, maybe it could be a 6-4 or something. But it was a lot of goals. McTominay scoring twice in 3 minutes. You know, I remember that. I definitely do remember that. And we had, let me see. Look, news coming in, man. Man City are set to sign also Metinho, born 2003, Brazilian midfielder from Fluminense. In the same deal with Keke, the agreement has been reached, 5 million plus add-ons. Oh my God. Oh my God. Metinho will sign a 5-year contract with the City Group and then join Troyes on loan. Troyes, French club Troyes. Oh boy, you know. So it seems as if Keke may be coming to Manchester City to play in the first team, and Metinho is going out on loan. I'm excited about new players. I am excited about new players, though. Very, very excited. Guys, let me know how excited you are about these signings. So the last time Leeds beat United was in 2010 in the 3rd round of the FA Cup, and they also beat them in the Premier League back in 2002. Well, they were at home, so 1-0 wins. Both wins have been 1-0 wins. Very, very close things. So record here. Bielsa against United, 3 matches, 2 wins and 1 loss. Previously when he managed other clubs. Against Ole, 1 match, 1 loss. Ole, perfect record against Leeds United here. Look, we don't need to be very long and go deep here. We could all come to the conclusion. Look, even though Leeds have been playing some good football, they haven't lost in their last 4 games the last time I checked. And they unbeaten in their last 5 games, 3 wins and 2 draws. 2 draws, you know, the win sandwiched by 2 draws there. Leeds have been very, very good this season. And if you look at where they're at, 46 points here, if they manage to pick up a win against United, Leeds could be in the talk for Europa League. And it would be big for them if they could get Europa League. I'm not going to go as far as to say top 4, but you never know. But that's preposterous to say top 4. They're not going to get top 4. But they could still get Europe. They've been playing some good football. Draw against Liverpool. Beat City. You see what I'm saying? Remember the first game of the season against Liverpool. Remember the draw against City. They've been playing some damn good games. Chelsea couldn't beat them. You know what I mean? So look at this. Look at how good Leeds have been, though. Look at how good Leeds have been. Liverpool can't beat them. City can't beat them. They smashed up Sheffield, of course. They beat Fulham. Chelsea can't beat them. They did lose to West Ham, though. They did lose to Villa. See, that's the thing. But it seems as if they did lose to Arsenal. But it seems as if they lately, they've been good. Since that 0-0 against Chelsea, they haven't lost. They haven't lost. But with that being said, the way Man United have been playing on the road, guys, oh man, it's very difficult to predict against them while they're on the road. They may go on to concede the first goal early in the game and then come back and win the game. They're playing very good football lately. I have to admit it. And I think they're going to beat Leeds 3-1. That's my predictions here. 3-1. Look against Burnley. 3-1. Who scored first in this game? United did score first, but Burnley equalized. But that was at home. If we're going to look at the away games, they've been coming back from behind in almost every single game. You look at the game against Tottenham Hotspur, right? Son Heung-min scored early, 40th minute. Let's say 40th minute. United came back, won the game 3-1. That was a game on the road. You see what I mean? They did beat Brighton at Old Trafford. Their loss against Leicester City was like their only blemish as of late. But they've been, they beat AC Milan, they beat West Ham, they beat City. They've been picking up some good results, man. A few fraudulent ones in between, but overall, they've been solid. That's why am I getting another call? Another call again, man. Another call again. Just leave me a message. Stop calling. Stop freaking calling. Stop calling. God damn. Another freaking annoying, disruptive call again. Jesus Christ. I have to call this number back and see who's actually calling me, I just got to call back and see who's calling. I don't even know. You got to be very careful these days. You got to be very, very careful these days with calling back numbers. But United are not second they're second for a reason. And they have 5 wins in their last 5 Premier League games. They are the most informed team in the Premier League. And they're going to beat Leeds 3-1. They're going to beat them. Bruno Fernandes, so the last couple of games. A little, behind the scenes. But Rashford, Greenwood has been playing very well. Cavani, you know how good he is. Dean Henderson has been the number 1 goalkeeper lately. Wan-Bissaka, Shaw, these guys have been playing well. I don't know too much about Harry Maguire. I don't know about that. But he has been playing every game, so he has to be part of the success, right? So, yeah, I'm going for United to win 3-1. And congratulations to Leeds for surviving and they have done well this season. And let's see if United are going to go on to win the Europa League, where they do play against Roma coming up this Thursday. So, in terms of their next game, I will get to your predictions soon. In terms of their next game, after they play Roma, they play Liverpool at Old Trafford. That's going to be the big game next week, and we'll have to talk about that one. I think I've already came up with the prediction for that one already. That one's pretty easy to predict. Then they have Villa, Leicester, Fulham, and Wolves. So we know United, they will play second. They will play second. But City, you cannot bottle this thing and allow United. I know it's kind of ridiculous to talk about, but you have to. I'm not nervous about it or anything, but it is a possibility. Leeds will play Brighton after United. Then they have Tottenham, Burnley, Southampton, and West Brom. Pretty good games to play for the last set of matches this season. So we got in terms of predictions here. So Ryan Giggs is not going to coach Wales for the Euro 2020. And the last time that I checked, I did the Euros predictions and then I double checked, and Ryan Giggs was not the manager. He was not the coach. He was out, and I think it could be with something to do with those legal things that he's been dealing with. Oh my God. Come on, man. Come on, Ryan Giggs, man. You could do better than that. You can do better than that, man. You know what I'm saying? So, Ibrook is saying, have you reacted to the Olympics draw? The thing about the Olympics is that the fact that it's not like full international players are playing, and it's like under 23s with a few, they allow for a few full internationals. It's kind of take away from it for me, and I've never really paid too much attention to it, to be completely honest. And for me to go and react and make prediction, I could do some research. I would have to do some research first before I do any predictions here. I'm gonna keep it real because I don't know what's going on. Seriously, I don't know what's going on with these teams. I really don't. So I'm not gonna pretend here. I'm not gonna pretend. So we got Twiller saying scammers trying to take your Dogecoin private keys, man. Yeah. It's probably some banks are calling me or something, you know what I mean? Maybe something like that. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, man. These days, you can't ever tell who's calling you. I got to check my voicemail. I think they left messages. I got to check my voicemail. So, we got 3-1 to United, says Air Slayer, Elevated Kid. 2-4 to United. Jordan, 2-0. Bayern Fana 2-2. Adam the Great, Leeds 1, United 4. They will get smashed at home. And Ryan Giggs had an affair with his brother's wife. Yeah, we touched on that already. So that'll be it for that one. We have 2 more games to touch on. And we have Aston Villa versus West Brom, Midlands Derby coming up there. And that's a big game because West Brom, they need the points. We know this. And Villa have survived already. They haven't been playing that well without Jack Grealish, to be real. They did pick up a good result there against Fulham recently. But apart from that, Villa have not really been good without Jack Grealish. And we will get to these results pretty soon. So let me just bring back the fixture here. Aston Villa versus West Brom. When this game is going on, I just want to let you guys know this Sunday, I'll be live talking about the Carabao Cup Final and the result of the final after I get home from work. So the game early on this season was a 3-0 win for Aston Villa. The last time these two teams met previously was in the Championship. And the last time Villa actually lost to West Brom was in 2019. It was a 2-0 loss. So West Brom do have 3 wins. You go back to 2015, there's a Premier League win in there, and 2014, both 1-0 wins. There has also been 2 draws in the fixture. So Villa seems like they are the favorites to come out on top here. But with the lack of Jack Grealish, it's kind of, they've been really suspect. I know West Brom, they were picking up some steam, and then they lost that game. The last game they played there, they just got wiped out in the last game, and I thought they would have put up something better against Leicester City, but they didn't. It could be a different situation here in a Midlands derby here. So, man. Aston Villa, they really been slacking off without Grealish, though. They really. So these are their results, man. 2-1 loss to City, 2-1 loss to Liverpool. They did beat Fulham, which was one of their best results here. They lost to Tottenham. They drew to Newcastle, 0-0 to Wolves. They lost to Sheffield United. They beat Leeds, and let me go back and see if Grealish was involved there. I can't remember when Grealish was involved. No, this was El Ghazi scoring here. When was Grealish last involved for? Let me double check here. Yeah, Grealish have not been involved for a while, where they even lost to Leicester City. I think it's since about February that he's been out. I think Grealish has been out since February, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, he's been out since February. I think the last time he played was against Brighton, and then he missed the international break. And, so February 13th, and then he missed the Leicester. Yeah, he's been out for a while. Grealish has been out for almost like 2 months, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, Midland Derby, right? Oh, man. So, look, Sam Allardyce, man. Is he going to save West Brom? It doesn't look like it. 30 matches against Villa, 10 wins, 8 draws, and 12 losses against Dean Smith. He has one match, and he has lost that only game against Dean Smith. Dean Smith has a good record against West Brom. 5 matches, 3 wins, 5 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw. And, you know, this one is a tricky one to predict, to be completely honest here. And I see that Trezeguet is out injured, knee surgery, so they don't have Trezeguet to call on. Jack Grealish, is he gonna be back? I don't know. They say he's fit every week and he's never fit. So for this one though, I do think West Brom has a chance here. I do think they got a chance, and surprisingly, I'm going to go for West Brom to win this one, 2-1. I predict West Brom to win the game against Leicester 2-1 as well, but they didn't show up. I don't know who showed up, but Diagne and Yokuzlu, Pereira, you know, Dara O'Shea, all these guys need to step their game up. They need to step their game up, and if they want to stand a chance to even survive, like barely, they got to beat Villa. They got to beat Villa. There's no other way around it. No other way around it. So for Aston Villa, after they play West Brom, they have Everton, United, Crystal Palace, Tottenham, and Chelsea. For West Brom, for the race, for survival, they have Villa, Wolves, Arsenal, Liverpool, West Ham, and Leeds. It's going to be some hard games, but a few of these games are winnable. They could get, listen, West Brom right now, they got 24 points, right? They need about 13. It's going to be hard. 6 games, 18 points possible. Ah, boy. They need at least 13 points. This one is tough. This one is really, really tough. Could it happen? Yeah. Will it happen? I doubt. But I'm going for them to get 3 points in this one, though. So we have Ibrook saying a 2-1 to Villa. Elevator Kid, 3-1 to Villa. Jordan, 2-0 to West Brom. And Jordan, you're predicting West Brom to stay up? That's a bold prediction there, Jordan. That's a very, very bold prediction, man. That's very, very bold. I got to say you're bold. I got to give it to you. That is very, very bold. Very, very, very bold. So that'll be it. That'll be it in terms of that game. We have one more game to talk about, and that will be the Monday fixture between Leicester City and Crystal Palace. I haven't spoken about Palace for a while, though. I don't think Palace didn't play in the last match, did they? Yeah, they did. I think they got smashed up. The last time they played, they got smashed up by, what was it, by Chelsea. Yeah, they didn't play in the last match, though. So, last game to talk about, Leicester City versus Crystal Palace. Leicester, as we know, they have been playing some good football under Brendan Rodgers. They made the FA Cup Final for the first time since 1969. They just came off of an emphatic 3-0 win over West Brom yesterday. And they are destined to make the cut for the Champions League next season. Yeah, there will be Champions League. There won't be Super League. There will be a Champions League next season. So, them coming up against Crystal Palace, a very, very mercurial unit under Roy Hodgson, who is in, the final months of his contract. Let's see if he renews his contract. And when I say mercurial, I mean sometimes they're hot, sometimes they're cold. Like mercury, it goes up and down. When cold touch it, it goes down. When heat touch it, it goes up. So they are not a very settled unit. But they have done fairly well once again this season as they have survived. They are 13th in the league. They have 38 points. They will be back. They will be back next season for sure. They do have 7 games to play. Come on, they will get at least 3 points in the next 7 games, right? 3 out of 21. They will survive. Crystal Palace will live on. You know what I'm saying? Solid season, man. 10 wins, 8 draws, 13 losses. Not bad. Not bad at all. You know what I mean? Not bad. That's not bad at all. Arsenal have 12 losses. You see what I'm saying? They have 12 losses. Spurs have 10. That's not bad. Liverpool have 9. That's not bad. West Ham have 9. Leicester have 9. That's not bad. That's not a bad season at all there. Roy Hodgson. So shout outs to Big Roy. The game between Leicester and Crystal Palace this season ended in a 1-1 draw. So Wilfried Zaha and Harvey Barnes, who is injured out for the rest of the season, scored here. And a penalty was missed by Iheanacho. So Leicester missed their chance of winning the game early on this season. So we know what Leicester have been doing. They're in good form. But as Crystal Palace, we know they're so all over the place. When Zaha is playing well, they're on the money. When he's not, they're like, Benteke has been chipping in with the goals. Eberechi Eze has had a very good debut season in the Premier League. Guys like Ayew and Townsend supplement the attack very well. Schlupp off the bench has been doing well. Guaita has been big for them in goal. And the likes of Kouyaté have been, very, very solid in defense, to say the least. Riedewald has been good this season. Van Aanholt. The list goes on and on and on and on, man. But with that being said, though, I think Leicester City have been playing the better football. They have been a sharper unit out of the two. And they should have won the first match this season. And I think they are going to win this one 2-0. Don't need to go on forever and ever and ever with this one. Jamie Vardy back on the score sheet. That will boost his confidence. Maddison playing well. Tielemans playing well. Ndidi ever present in the midfield. Fofana, Soyuncu, Johnny Evans, making that three-prong center back pairing there. And Leicester have just looked good. Schmeichel, unsung hero, don't get enough credit. You see what I mean? So, look. Leicester City 2-0 over Crystal Palace. They lose. What are your predictions here? So, we have predictions. What we got in terms of prediction here? So, Ibrook is saying a club like Crystal Palace, mediocrity or meritocracy has been a reason why clubs are thinking some are elite and others are not. Meritocracy and mediocrity. Yeah. With the skills they have, they should give an entertaining match though. 2-1 Leicester over Crystal Palace. Koza Clapper, Leicester 1, Crystal Palace 1. Adam the Great, Iheanacho could join Chelsea if we don't buy Haaland. Although most players are linked with Chelsea. Nah, I don't like that. I don't like that move. Iheanacho should stay at Leicester. He should stay at Leicester City, in my opinion. He should definitely stay at Leicester City, in my opinion. So, guys, that's it for the prediction. This stream has been a 3-hour-long stream. Air Slayer coming in with the 1-0 prediction. Jordan Hyman with the 2-0 prediction for Leicester City. It has been a 3-hour live stream. It has been a long, long, long live stream. And I feel like I've been here forever, man. Seriously. I feel like I've been streaming for a very, very long time. So what we're going to do is we're going to call it a day. It has been fun. Covered a lot of things. And I do appreciate everyone who took the time to join the live stream. I like to give a big thanks to all the members who came through. Fox Williams, Josh Byrne. We had, I saw, of course, Thriller was in here. Adam the Great has been here. Who else came through? I saw Doug in here. Who else came through? Big up to Mr. McCullough. Big up to Legend Sweet for dropping all those super chats earlier. Do appreciate that, man. Do appreciate that, Do appreciate the support. And, everyone who have, donated in the past with their pockets and their eyeballs, I do appreciate that 199%, So, guys, it's your boy Dominic Rich. It's been a good one again. It's been another good one. Once again, I like to say, for those of you guys who are in here and you haven't yet checked out Cards Plug, make sure you go check it out. You get 15% off by using the code Dominic Rich FC. All the links will be in the description box down below. It makes for a nice a nice gift for Christmas, for birthdays, for any occasion, okay? So if you want to get an early Christmas present and just keep it for, your friend or loved one, you could do this. So guys, you could use it as a gag. You could buy a card and give someone the lowest ratings ever. That's another thing you could do. That'll be fun. But from your boy Dominic Rich, guys, thanks for coming back again. Do appreciate it. And yes, Ibrook, big up to the Vinci, people going through the volcanic eruption right about now. And Thriller says we support the fire content and analysis. Do appreciate that, Thriller. Do appreciate your support, man. We in this together. And I will be back live later on Dominic Rich Gaming to talk about more things, talk about life, football, and so on and so forth. So from your boy Dominic Rich, Adam says, Dom with the quality content day by day. Yeah, man. Yeah. And you know what it is, man? It's the quality content that don't get the push it deserves. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is. But it is what it is, man. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? But guys, from your boy Dominic Rich, until next time, I'd like to say thanks for watching. Peace out. Rich Squad.